bitch. Got Steve-O in this bitch. And we are fucking live. So, niggas, what I need y'all to do is throw that link out. Throw that link on Twitter and any other social media platform. This nigga all day. Yes, sir. There you go. We live. Pull the fuck up. Shit. That was me, G. You know that's me. You know that's me, bro. Come on now. Pull the fuck up. Alright, niggas. Let me go to my list of fucking topics. Yeah, y'all send that tweet out, man. Share the shit. Let niggas know we out here. We up here. We going live. We going crazy. Do I have niggas here? All right, Take out here. Ash here. GB here. Steve-O, you still here? All right, bet it up. All right. Greetings, niggas. Welcome back. Oh, shit, we got Tagashi in the chat. Bet it up. Happy birthday, B. Greetings, niggas. Welcome back to the 4th edition of Gloves Off, your favorite slander stream. Yeah, flagrant. I've been drinking. Your favorite slander stream where niggas come on here and get off all they fucking hottest takes about different topics that I fucking bring to the table and have niggas battle over. So, today we got a few group of niggas and more niggas to come. Niggas, introduce yourselves. Don't fucking matter to me. We can start with Ash. Oh. Hey, man, say, man. Right. Hey, man, say, man. Take God. Okay. GB. Shout out Worst Jam. Lito. Gangathan indeed. Got a newcomer to the stage. A Riddick Sage. Mr. Steve-O. Oh, shit. That shit funny, bro. What up, Steve-O? Hey. So check it out, man. I got a couple topics for us today. Before I get into yo, what's up? Okay. My bad.
Expedition.
Can niggas hear niggas now?
You had us all muted with your weekend?
Pretty much.
Damn, bro.
Pretty much. Hold on. Can niggas still hear? Can niggas? Yeah, wait. Niggas said that. Wait, we can hear only you. Wait. What the fuck? I just changed it, G. I just changed it. I just changed it. I think we should be good now.
Wow.
Z,
Hey, shout out to Lito for producing this nigga, man.
Yeah, you did.
Feel me?
Me.
You know what I'm saying?
You did just produce me.
Producer of the year.
We be out here, feel me?
You did just produce me.
This man, welcome to Gloves Off, featuring Question mark, question mark, question mark, but not hearing these niggas.
Y'all hear niggas now? We ask niggas, can niggas hear niggas?
They say yeah.
All right, bet. All right, bet. So yeah, we got a whole bunch of niggas
Nigga
in
trash.
this bitch. I
Ain't
got my
nobody here.
drink.
None of our introductions.
I
They
got
don't
my
know who
food.
we are.
Hey man, fuck all of that. We got Ash, we got Takeout, we got GB, we got Lito, we got Aridic Sage or Kai, we got Stevo, we got me and this bitch with my pizza rock, cause I ain't had pizza rock in a minute. If niggas want to drink, niggas drink. If niggas don't want to drink, y'all pussy. First topic on the docket. First topic.
Don't nobody got a video up, so they ain't put nobody name with the voice and shit, man. This shit crazy, bro.
First topic that I have for niggas on God. What makes a main character good or trash for a series?
Ooh.
That's tough.
That's a hard one, bro.
Give me an example of a main character that you think is good and one that you think is trash.
Because I think it's person to person.
Luffy's
Right.
good.
Definitely person to
Okay,
person.
Luffy's good. That's just
Goku's
general.
trash.
I'm not a fan of Luffy, but
Wow.
you know.
Goku's trash.
Why is Goku trash though?
As an MC?
Damn.
As an MC?
Yeah.
Hey man,
That's
Goku's
what I'm
fun as hell. We're not gonna
He's
leave
not.
him out here like that.
He's not.
So what are your reasons then? Because
Okay,
obviously
that's the
pushback.
point. What are parameters for making a good or trash MC? That's the point.
What are yours? You just said who was good.
I'm asking you niggas the question. I can go off mine, but I'm
Alright,
asking
so
you
boom,
niggas the
all of
question.
Goku's short fallings come through ass pulls.
Okay, so
He
ass pulls
won't
play a
even
role.
be getting his ass beat too bad, and then he'll get his ass beat too bad. Then he got to power up out of nowhere. That's why I detach from him. But I generally enjoy Mass.
I was giving a general like, you know, nigga that I think is trash. But I'm sure you think y'all think other niggas are trash. So please feel free.
Hey man,
boom.
So
one thing I don't like
it's
about-
hard for me to see
ahead.
characters as trash personally.
Really?
Because
So you think
Cause
every
like-
MC is good?
no, I'm not saying every MC is good, but it's just difficult for me because I try to see the positive and everything.
I was gonna be on the
So-
same
He a
thing.
positive nigga.
Same.
Yeah, I
Positive
feel
nigga.
that.
It's me
you a
too.
Hotep nigga?
Hotel, put your kufi on.
Like so a nigga just got to be exceptionally trash for me to really
Facts.
just
Is there
be like,
any exceptionally
that nigga's
trash
bad.
MCs that
That
you know
nigga
about?
Tatsuki from Akame ga Kill.
I was just about to mention
Jonathan
him,
Joseph.
and but his name
Chill
was
on
Tatsumi.
Jonathan,
His
sir.
name
Nah,
Tatsumi.
Jonathan trash, B. What you saying?
Nah,
Jonathan?
talking about a
All
window.
right, I will defend him later. Go ahead.
His
Yeah,
name
we'll
Tatsumi,
defend John.
but I was gonna bring him
Ah.
up. But even he isn't like completely trash to me because he has redeeming qualities.
What are his redeeming qualities?
I mean, yeah,
He cares for his friends.
that's not a
Wait.
quality.
That's not a quality, bro.
That's not a quality.
No, B.
That's
Caring
like
for
the
your...
best thing about Luffy.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's cap, G. What the fuck?
I feel like that's definitely one of Luffy's redeeming qualities.
That he cares about his friends?
But that's like the
Yeah.
theme of One Piece.
That's
Yeah,
the
look,
theme
he
of
gotta care about
Shonen.
them
Bro,
niggas.
get the fuck out of here. That is the theme of Shonen. Don't try to fucking just label
Well, you
that.
can't-
Exactly. So what's trash
But you
about
can't
it?
just take it away from
I didn't
him,
say
bro.
that is trash.
Hey.
I said that can't be a redeeming quality.
Hey, all of One Piece's best moments come from Luffy caring about his friends. So you want to
That's
live?
cap.
Of course, I'll help you. All them shits.
All right, bro. Zoro sacrifices himself had nothing to do with Luffy caring about his friends.
Hey, he cared about his friends. So
Get the
he talked about
fuck out of here.
it. Fuck out of here. He
That
cared about
had everything to do with Luffy caring about his friends. Because the only
Exactly.
reason
Fuck outta here.
Zoro has such respect for him is because of the care that he showed.
No, that's cap.
All right, he lost me, but
That's
you know.
cap, bro.
So why does Zoro respect him then?
Zoro don't respect him because he cares about his friends. He respects him because he that nigga.
But why is he that nigga?
He not
he
that
care
nigga.
about his
No,
friends.
he that nigga because he down to do whatever the fuck it takes to achieve his motherfucking dream. Aside
To help
from
his friends.
kill a whole bunch of niggas like
He
Griffin.
said to help his friends.
Not like Griffin.
I feel like that's a part of it.
Peter?
But
Nah.
definitely the love that he has for
Okay,
the people
all
that he
right. So
cares
let's be
for
all right,
has to play a part in it.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair. Since a shonen trope is really the main character cares about his friends all the time. Let's put that aside. What other redeeming qualities do MCs have that make them exceptional? I'll use the word exceptional because an MC is gonna be an MC at the end of the day. Like they just, like you said, have those qualities that's they care about their friends. They know how to fight or don't know how to fight, but they pull through because of plot shit. Like that's just gonna be what it is. What other
You
qualities?
talking straight up
So
shonen?
Tatsumi has no redeeming
It
qualities.
don't have to be. It don't have to be shonen, G. Because
I so bet.
So I really,
Go
Go
ahead,
GB.
GB.
I really never called a main character until Jonathan Joestar, and the main thing that I really found trash about him is that like he doesn't really have much flaw. Or, like he's just such a goody goody. Like it's nothing that I can relate to, and I think that's the only fault I could really ever find in the main character. 'Cause they all pretty much like even if you want to compare, like you said, Luffy would be a good one and Goku would be a bad main character. As an example, there's a lot of parallels between them
It
as
is.
characters in general. So like I think most of the characters that you see, they're human, and that's all I really ask for. And when characters seem like they don't have any type of like flaws or they don't have any conflict or anything they really going through, and it's just like a perfect character all the time.
Right.
That shit bothers me. I'm not interested in that as a main character.
GB, who's your favorite?
Well,
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Steve.
my bad. The fact that Jonathan is such a good guy is a big flaw, though.
Yeah, that's
I
what they admit
guess.
about him.
GB, I guess.
I guess.
No, nigga.
I'm not.
He
And
sucked.
it's
For me-
all
That
about
nigga sucked.
perspective too, though.
So I guess the
I love
broader
Jonathan
point.
I
I guess the
I
broader
like
point
him
I'm
as a
making.
character as well.
I guess the broader point I'm making is that it has to be something that I relate to like keep me invested in the story. And with Jonathan, I didn't find like many points I relate to because I'm not that much of a goody goody, at least at heart. As I think through things and I'll come to like good decisions, but I just felt like he wasn't going through those same processes. So I think Jonathan is the first main character I actually looked at and was like, yo, like I really didn't enjoy him at all. He was trash. I called Joseph trash, but I
But
That's
just
cap.
didn't buy
That's fucking cap.
it is cap. I say that
That's
shit is some troll shit, but Joseph is not my favorite MC, but I see why people love Joseph, and I think he's a great character. He's just not for me. So he wouldn't
That's
actually be
another
trash in my opinion.
Right.
But
So
you said
To
what?
me,
Go
to me,
ahead.
Jonathan was relatable because a lot of people tell me that I'm a really nice guy, and of course, with Jonathan's character trait of being such a good person to the point to where it hurts him, and ultimately got him killed. Like it's taken to the extreme, just like anything else in anime, right?
Right.
But it's something that I can relate to because, of course, me being such a good person, I've opened myself to being hurt by people in different occasions, but it's never been to that extreme though.
Right.
But it's just something that I can relate to.
I open
As the
myself to
JoJo
Hey,
person,
protect
I ain't never
Steve
died
at
with
all
my
costs.
enemies hugging on my enemy and shit.
hey, if you don't rock with this Jonathan, you gonna rock with the next one. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, nigga,
Hey,
spoilers.
we
Oh, boy, it's
was
gonna be with
waiting on it.
Jonathan in the
Right.
next couple parts.
Is
Damn, if
there?
you don't get your JoJo professional
If you don't
ass
get
out
your
here.
knowing somebody's name is a feeling hurter to you, Jesus Christ.
Hey, wait. But I want to ask niggas. I want to ask. So GB, since you feel how you feel, who's like your favorite MC, or who you think is the best MC?
I really don't even be vibing on MCs like that. That's why I said Jonathan's the first one I looked at and
I
was
mean,
like, yo,
can
nigga
you
trash.
like think about it? Can you?
But
Think
if I had
about
to say, I love Luffy as an MC. He keeps me really invested in One Piece.
it? Okay.
Get the
So
fuck
would
out of
you
here.
say?
Original.
What you on, Mike? What's cracking, Mike?
Hey,
Bother
hey,
Mike in this bitch, bald head ass. What you on with Luffy?
I'm here to slander. I'm here to slander
Come
Luffy
on,
and
bald
slander
head,
Mirror Room. Let's get it.
All right, bet it up.
Damn,
Hey.
Luffy and Miro?
Can we OP that I really liked was Ken Kaneki
OP.
from Tokyo Ghoul. You know what I meant, nigga.
MC.
Nigga,
Main
talking about
MC, OP.
Kaneki
I
was
was
Yeah, I'm tweaking. A main character I really fucked
her,
with
asked her, was
was
it
Ken
Lawrence?
Kaneki, G. Cause like he was definitely on some bitch made shit, but then once he had that transformation and like Kaneki
Oh,
in
damn,
manga
that's-
versus
that's-
Kaneki in anime was different. Cause like his journey post transformation was like way more like it was well written. One, it was definitely like way more well thought out in the manga form. Like the journey and like him really finding who he was as a new person.
Right.
That's the type of like main character journey that I like to see. Not just I'm getting stronger through friendship, but like
I agree.
I've had hardships. So then now I have to figure out because now I'm a ghoul. I had to come to terms with being a ghoul and then figure out how to live this life as a ghoul, but still be like who I was as a human. And like, man, like that whole shit was dope as hell. Ken Kaneki, one of my favorite MCs of all time.
For me personally, my favorite MC is Guts. And
Guts.
like his story is like just so fucking like emotional and tragic that like the shit that he goes through like character development wise and like his outlook on the world is what to me makes him like a dope ass fucking character. Like because outside of his like extreme thirst for revenge and shit like that, like I think that he's like probably one of the most realistic MCs that we may find. Obviously he's not in shonen, so that may play a role, but excuse me, I don't have Rona. He obviously because like it's a little bit more realistic. So like seeing that nigga like really stress over the bullshit that's going on in his life, but still keep like you know what I'm saying persevering and like moving on forward with his fucking life and moving on with his mission. Like that shit speaks volumes to me. Especially but kind of especially because he doing this shit for a bitch. Like we all done been there, or maybe it's just me being a simp in my old days.
In your current days, nigga.
Yeah, that's it. But no, Guts that nigga G. Guts has not, my bad. Guts that nigga G. Like Guts has not disappointed me as a main character yet. Pending what's happening after this arc that they currently in.
True. I definitely think that like low key determination is a big part of it. Like a willingness to do whatever it takes to get what you want or achieve your goal. Like I'm thinking about some of my favorite main characters. Like I was gonna say Guts, probably my number one favorite, but Luffy is definitely up there for me. Aaron is definitely up there for me, especially given recent events.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron been in his bag, and I fuck with it.
Aaron has been in his bag, but all of them are like characters who like go to great lengths to do whatever it takes. And I feel
but can you name somebody that's the opposite though?
What you mean?
Can you name an MC that like
that's great and like don't give up? Like what you mean?
Or that's bad because they don't give a fuck about their goals?
I don't know. I'm gonna get back to you on that one, B.
But go ahead, continue.
I was pretty sure. But well, another point is that I think there's such thing as being a good main character, and a whole another thing, which is like being a good character for your story. Like for example, I think Gon is like okay as like a general main character, but I think he's like perfect for Hunter x Hunter.
Right.
So, just want to throw that out there.
Yo, we had a newcomer. What's up? Who is this?
Whole time I've been hearing that shit like all day. It's like 5 new niggas in here.
No, it's only one new nigga that I see that I haven't seen before. Is he not gonna talk? Continue, Derek.
What was I talking about?
Yo, MCs.
Oh well, yeah. I think that's all my like. Well, there's also like some of my other favorite MCs, but they don't really have the same like Lelouch and Light type characters because I just like over cocky smart type characters. That's more of a likability thing than like a character trait thing, I think. But yeah. Either way, determination. That's like the common thread I'm seeing between like some of the people I consider to be the best main characters.
Mike, who you got for your like best main characters list and trash main characters list?
I think I got somebody to go against what's been going on currently.
What you mean?
I think.
Go ahead, Mike.
Am I going or is somebody else going?
Yeah, go ahead.
You going, Mike?
Oh, okay. Y'all niggas know I'm a UU fan, so I'm all about Yusuke Urameshi. I like niggas that want to smoke with anybody, so that's the shit that I'm on. Certain characters like Vegeta, Bakugo, that's really just ready to throw hands.
Main characters,
not named up.
Oh yeah, I guess. Okay, my bad. I'm kind of personality traits is what I'm talking about. But main characters like Yusuke, like I said, who I like. Ichigo to a certain extent because I like his laid backness.
No, that nigga suck, B.
He what?
That nigga suck, B.
Hey, bro, don't do that shit. Don't have me slander JoJo's part 3 on this podcast right now.
Hold on. You can't do that either.
Hey, Mike.
Put you there, but you can't.
Hey, Mike, it's a lot of us, bro. You don't want to do that.
I was definitely with you until you said that.
Hey, because we not in the same room, I'll beat all y'all ass right now.
The ultimate defense.
Hey,
go ahead.
Matter of fact, one of y'all niggas try to touch me. I'm coughing on y'all. Then what you gonna do?
Damn.
No, but yeah, Ichigo, Yusuke, my kind of characters that I kind of like the most. Trash characters to me. Actually, I don't even want to say trash, but I really don't like Gon. Only because not because he's a bad character, it's because I don't like main characters that are really childish. So any character that kind of fits into that
Super valid.
childish.
That's what we doing on Togashi's birthday? Okay.
Bro, I love.
Hey, side note. Anime Lately is in this bitch. That's Vash. Vash, what's cracking, bro? Sorry,
Hey.
I couldn't send you a link last time. I hella forgot. You see how shit be going, bro. Niggas get the drinking, niggas get the talking. So actually, I want to take this time as a little sidebar to let niggas know in the comments. Yo, if you watching this shit and you fuck with me and I know you and I fuck with you and you want to pull up to the stream, let me know you want to pull up to the stream. That's it. Now continue, Mike.
Hey, get that Tagashi nigga in here.
Hey,
I can slander you to his face.
the thing is,
Virtually.
I'm sorry. The thing about I love Takashi, but the thing about that is like on the other side, if you look at Killua, who I consider a main character in Hunter x Hunter, I love Killua because he's not fucking childish. So it's not even really just like a Tagashi thing. I love characters that are like really mature and not on some kiddie, dumb shit. So
Homie snatch man.
That nigga cried
like,
and said,
oh man.
hey, any nigga that snatch a nigga heart out his chest and show it to him, I'm a fucking fan, bro. Like that's what I'm on.
That's cool, but what you feel about Gon though? Because I feel like Gon is like a tier.
He's the main character.
This nigga Gon went berserk over a nigga that he barely knew from when he was a kid, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Bro, like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there are bad MCs. I don't want to say trash, cause
I don't want to call Gon trash.
So Gon is a bad MC?
I mean, in comparison, by comparison,
Talk about it, B.
Yes,
I
bro.
hear
By comparison, yes, G.
Hey, let's talk about it. Killer will carry.
Comparison to who?
Let's talk about it.
By comparison to any other shonen MC, I should just say shonen.
Yeah. Hey,
except for
Killer
maybe
will carry
Ichigo, because Ichigo's super ass.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
Bro,
that.
look, whole time Ichigo is an example of a nigga who hella determined and is still trash.
Yeah, bro.
Related to what I was saying before.
That nigga
How many niggas he got to beat up for y'all niggas to keep disrespecting?
Bro, how many asses he got to pull to get W's, bro?
Bro, okay, there's ass.
We don't worry about ass pulls around here. If we did,
exactly.
we'd never get anywhere.
Ass pulls are part of anime. We know this.
Exactly. Come on now.
Hey,
AKA
not
Jotaro
they
and
got
fucking
tacos out
mystic powers at the end of part 3. Let's talk about
Whole
his
time. Whole time.
Nah.
He said Mystic's powers?
Yeah.
Whatever he said.
His mystic fucking magazine that came out of nowhere, nigga. Let's talk about that shit.
Gee, what, bro?
Hey, Ichigo trash, bro. It's okay.
Nah.
Ichigo is a decent character.
Nah, we're not gonna disrespect.
Who y'all got as MCG? Go on Ichigo, bro. Cause
Ichigo
easily.
Yeah.
as a
Why?
better MC? Why, bro?
Easily.
I pick Gon.
Thank you,
Just
Steve-O.
for more development than
Crazy.
I mean.
What development? Please tell me what development that nigga got.
What development did Gon have?
That's what I'm finna say. I'm like, Gon.
Bro,
he
Gon
was
literally
like, oh damn,
became a monster from an innocent child in the end of the Chimera arc.
That nigga
because he wanted to be like his daddy.
No.
That nigga had a temper tantrum and fought like the third best nigga on the show, and then almost died, bro. Fuck out of here.
Nah, man, this was out of that. No, he was showing shit like that the whole time. He just got stronger so he could actually do the shit he wanted to do.
Trash.
Hey, I'm rolling with that. I feel like Gon didn't really start developing until after
he really didn't, bro.
He went berserk.
He really did.
Because he was doing stupid shit up until that moment. Like when he tried to
that was the shit he did.
Like when Pito took Kite's arm off and this nigga was about to power up on some typical shonen shit and kill out the doctor.
That was the beginning of his development, in my opinion. After that
time,
moment,
100 episodes in.
After that moment, he started developing. But what can you say for Ichigo?
Ichigo is undeveloped. I'm just saying they were right about that. I'm not saying that. Gon is better than Ichigo.
Ichigo beat niggas ass. That's all we need to know.
Fuck out of here. That nigga's a trash ass MC, bro.
Oh my god. Okay, and if he's trash, then fucking Gon is fine.
If who trash?
I said if Ichigo's trash, Gon is still worse than Ichigo.
That's fine, bro.
No.
That's cap, bro. Leak, bro. Talk to this man.
3 cars.
No.
I mean, personally, if I had to pick between the two, who would I rock with the most? I'd probably fuck with Ichigo harder than Gon.
That's cap.
One Piece Leak. Talk, bro. Talk, nigga.
You niggas ain't Mike was quiet until he said that shit. Now you got a friend.
I mean, that's just my personal preference between the two. I think Gon fits his series a lot better than Ichigo fits his. Yep. Ichigo's probably like the 6th or 7th favorite person I like in Bleach.
But that's what I'm saying though. So like you saying
his theme music
you
fire
saying,
though.
You saying Ichigo is a better MC?
Music.
You saying Ichigo is a better MC for somebody else's series than he is in his own?
I'm saying I think I prefer Ichigo over Gon's character, much for the reasons that Mike prefers Ichigo over Gon.
Right.
Gon is cool, but
with assholes, because that's all Mike said.
But Gon is like, I'm talking about like as far as being like a kid and shit. Like, I mean, he cool, but like when I first watched Hunter x Hunter, I immediately fucked with Killua more than I fucked with Gon.
That's a fact.
Bro, Gon is more suited to be a fucking Digi-Destined than be in fucking
Digi-Destined? Alright.
Bro,
hey, the Digi-Destined raw,
bro.
Chill out.
I mean, yeah, but goodness.
Bro, that's Slander City, bro. Digi-Destined,
yeah. Gon is better suited as a fucking Pokemon. Gon is fucking Gary, bro.
Ichigo is better suited as some bitch's bodyguard. Get the fuck out of here.
Alright, y'all niggas
funny.
What's funny? I just started Hunter x Hunter this past weekend. I've never seen it in my life. It's been out for 9 years already. For me, it's mad late. So, but I didn't know Gon was so inflicted in some of the community that he's not the best MC or not.
No, he's not.
Bro.
If anybody that say Gon is the best MC, tweaking.
Yeah, that's facts.
But if you talk about characters who fit their narrative best, Gon is definitely up there.
Yeah, he fits his narrative extremely well. That is something we couldn't deny.
Well, Stebo.
Killua over Gon, in-game.
You tweaking. Stebo.
What's up?
Who you got as like your favorite MCs?
My favorite MCs?
Or top tier. Who's like at the top of your list of MCs and who's like at the bottom?
I actually put a list together not too long ago.
My nigga.
Hey.
Yeah. Let me see if I can remember what I put on there.
This nigga sound like Vontae to me a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's Yusuke, Toriko.
Talk, nigga.
I got Suna
there
on
we go.
I know a lot of people don't like Suna, but Suna is one of my favorite MCs.
Who's Suna?
Suna.
Soma?
Suna?
Suna from Hitman Reborn.
Oh, from Hitman?
Suna.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Say Yusuke, Toriko, Suna, and so I can't remember who else I put on there. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. I can't think of nobody.
Hey, somebody
else.
in the comments funny as hell talking about is Gon the MC? The narrator is the MC in Hunter x Hunter for as far as I'm concerned.
Whole time.
Funny as
that
hell.
nigga be going crazy. Go to MC.
Who you say?
I'm gonna put the narrator in there too.
Who you got at the bottom of that list, dude?
I mean, it wasn't really in order, but I said Yusuke, Toriko, and Suna.
All right, so at the bottom tier of MCs, who you got, nigga? That's like an MC. That's like, yeah, fuck that nigga.
Deku.
Okay,
hey, Deku
come on,
better than Ichigo.
Don't disrespect Deku.
Hey,
Deku's grown a little bit. Deku's kind of
to me, bottom tier.
I don't even fuck with academia like that.
I really don't even know, bro. Because I just feel like it's
morning, niggas.
Virgo,
what's up, Virgo?
What up, B?
What's poppin'?
What's cracking, bro?
I just feel like it's a little disrespectful
What's
to put niggas in
What's
a bottom
cracking,
tier,
bro?
you know?
Shit, I
It ain't
don't know.
Steve-O.
Booty, booty be cracking.
Niggas too nice.
Virgo, who the worst MC you've ever seen?
The worst MC, that nigga Asta.
Damn, that's tough.
Let's see, motherfucking Bam.
From God Tower? Tower of God?
Tower girl,
Yeah,
yeah.
that nigga suck, bro.
Tower of
You want to talk about a simp? That
He
nigga is
very
a
boring.
simp, bro.
He a super simp and very boring.
Wow.
But the characters around him is making that series interesting right
I'm not reading it, but the from the anime, I agree.
Yeah, I heard that shit fire.
Yeah, no,
I'll check it out
I've been
eventually.
fucking with these episodes that I've been watching.
Yeah, G. Because of the characters around Bam simp ass nigga.
Yeah, that nigga suck.
I can't wait.
no.
He need a super glow up, G. If he have a glow up like Kaneki, then I'll be with it. But if he don't, G, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's probably gonna happen.
Virgo, who you got at like at the top?
Best man characters?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Monkey D.
Monkey D.
Who the fuck said Tanjiro?
No, I was looking at the comments and somebody said Tanjiro is hella boring, and I was gonna agree on that, but then I was gonna cut you off, so I just stopped in the middle. My bad.
So you did both anyway?
I started. You know what?
You did it anyway.
You right, D. My bad, bro. My bad. Tanjiro, man.
Like
boring,
the fuck?
I tried to.
All right, so what I did was what I was about to do, nigga.
Hey, look, I'm gonna mute my mic and let you get in your bag.
No, you good, nigga. I'm not important whatsoever, nigga. So please cut me off.
What the fuck, nigga? Tell me your top. You said Monkey D.
What do you want from me, nigga? Yes, I love good top.
Who else?
Yusuke, obviously.
Okay.
Are we talking about current or like of all time?
Of all time.
All time.
Of all time. Okay, Yusuke Urameshi. Let's see. Goku would there be daddy, so not him. Let's see.
It wasn't him anyway, but go on.
What's that nigga? Shit. What's that nigga name? Oh, Shin from Kingdom.
I haven't seen Kingdom, so I can.
Shin is that nigga.
Vash. Who you got at your top?
Top Monkey D.
That nigga's name is Vash.
Vash, the Stampede.
Oh, bad.
Oh my. Hey, this nigga Virgo funny as hell right now.
No, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm on bullshit.
Go ahead, Vash.
So, my two, top two, I'll tell you right now, is Monkey D. Luffy and Vash the Humanoid Typhoon. Top two. And also, let me give a third one to Dr.
Oh, he got a
Stone.
wrong avatar.
Senku?
Dr. Stone to Senku, yep.
Yeah, I fuck with
Oh, Senku? I'm anime only, bro. Senku is that nigga, bro.
He's smart, he's swift. In the manga, he's amazing. He was character.
And I'm a nerdy ass nigga. I like that science shit, bro. And I be learning like a motherfucker. I be learning, bro. I swear to God, bro. I feel like niggas can go outside and make a light bulb.
That's facts. Virgo, since you hopped in new, what do you think it takes for an MC to be trash?
For MC to be trash? Me not liking him.
That's it.
Whole time.
Yeah. No, for them to be trash, I feel like obviously we don't like simps around here.
Okay.
Bam. For MC to be trash, I feel like they have to give up on their dream at some point in their journey.
Does that happen often?
No, not crazy often, but like when a main character has to question himself, like Ash did, and fucking Deku did, like he started questioning himself. Like I feel like that's when he started hitting trash levels.
Hey, Virgo say you lying, Virgo.
I'm on. I'll beat the brakes off this nigga, huh?
He ain't learned shit.
So you ain't learned shit. Oh shit, y'all niggas is fucking funny, boy.
That's wild, B.
All right, man. Does anybody else have any other takes on good
Fuck
MCs,
Brago.
trash MCs?
Good MC also, I would say, Eren from Attack on Titan.
Facts.
He's a great MC in the anime and manga, so he's a good one as well for that.
That shit, dude.
Hey, Iki from Air Gear.
I haven't seen that one mecha anime.
Virgo's a confirmed simp. Oh, he got me fucked up.
Hey, play that.
You bad disrespectful.
Hey, I'm gonna second Kaneki because I just thought about the show again. He was actually
Ken?
Yeah.
Ken Kaneki was a great MC, yes.
He was actually like well developed even before he like transformed. That nigga was actually very well written, low key.
Yep.
Hey, what's his name? Hey, Thorfinn trash.
Thorfinn is. Well, that's because
I was about.
Ascalado.
Yeah, I was about to say Ascalado. Yeah, he only trash because Ascalado.
Haven't seen Vinland.
So much better.
We won't spoil, but.
And plus, he's good in the manga after.
That nigga served him till the end. Thorfinn trash.
Angry as hell.
Then that because Thorfinn is good in the manga right now, but right now in the anime, I get why people hate him because he was
served his dad's killer till he died. Fuck out of here.
Right. What the fuck?
Bro.
You also did just spoil. But, so, any other takes on not villains, MCs?
What about Alibaba from Magi?
From Magi?
Oh,
Alibaba
that's a
trash
good
all the time. I ain't even gonna get into that right now.
No, get in
I
your
fuck
bag,
with
nigga. Why is
I fuck with
Alibaba
Aladdin
trash?
and Alibaba. I wouldn't call Alibaba trash though. But go ahead, Derek. Take God.
Oh, I gotta explain it.
Yeah, nigga. Get in your bag, nigga. Why is he trash?
Wait, what you call him?
He called Alibaba trash.
Alibaba is trash because.
Does he feel like it?
Alibaba's like the reverse.
Right
Alibaba's
like,
the reverse of like regular shit, right? Like Aladdin is the magic nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Alibaba's the nigga that
the regular
Virgo
nigga.
was just talking about, the nigga who don't believe in himself,
okay.
hella likes initiative. Fucking Sinbad gotta get shit done for him.
Yeah,
that nigga trash,
yeah,
bro. Fuck out of here.
True.
But go ahead. Why is he trash?
That's why he trash. What I just said.
Huh?
Like, he's the nigga who, like, every time a major event happened, he fucking like backs down from it, and then Sinbad step into place and actually do the shit. And then, like, oh man, I wish y'all read the manga because it actually gets worse. Like, he just get hold wherever he go. Basically.
What's manga?
But ain't Alibaba a supporting character?
No, he's the main character.
Yeah,
I only read
that's why I was asking which one.
Aladdin, the little blue hair kid.
Yeah,
right? He's the main character.
That is
Aladdin
what I was
is the
thinking about.
Magi.
That right.
The nigga
Aladdin
with
is
the
the
chin.
Magi. Aladdin is the Magi. Alibaba
between
is the
those
human.
two, I would definitely say Alibaba is the main character, but
yeah,
I guess it depends on your perspective.
I also would think Alibaba is the main character.
I would say Morgiana is the main character.
Funny as hell.
Oh, good day.
Morgiana raw as fuck though. She be kicking.
I'm not.
Morgiana is cool.
I'm no.
Anybody else?
This nigga just this nigga Virgo.
What do you want from me?
Bro, I'm weak as hell. I know. I heard that inflection in your voice.
I think the only other one I can think of that has been mentioned is probably Kenichi Shirahama.
Kenichi who?
Kenichi Shirahama from World's Mightiest
Oh,
Disciple.
from Kenichi. Kenichi is decent.
From Baki. No, just playing. I know it's not where it's from.
This nigga suck. I haven't seen that series, so if anybody else has anything to speak on that, I don't.
I haven't either.
I have tons.
You have tons of what, nigga?
No knowledge.
Bet it up. So, topic 2. I really wanted to go there with niggas. I was having a discussion with JD ass, who's not
That's
here.
Cap.
That is Cap. Who is not here but should be here shortly. About
how is
villains.
10 spots?
That's what I was saying. But I'm waiting on him to hit the line. So, about how villains. We was talking about villains, right? So, my take.
I'm here.
My take is Kira Yoshikage from Part 4 of JoJo is the best villain in all of Shonen.
What?
Damn, all of Shonen.
All of
That's
Shonen.
a stretch.
That is my take.
Niggas forgot about Klahadore?
I have no who the fuck who?
Captain Kuro.
Oh, nah, nigga.
I'm just kidding. That nigga's ass.
Hey, Kira being the best villain in Shonen, that's not really a bad take.
No, that's really not a bad take.
So let's go. Wait. Let's go. So
It's not.
So check it out. We got Tagashi in the chat who challenged me and said, "No, that title belongs to Meruem." Meruem I have
of course he's gonna say that.
number 2. Yeah, of course he would say that because he's Tagashi. Meruem I have as number 2, but while I do plan on getting in.
What about Shao Tucker?
Nay. While I do plan on getting in my
that nigga's a villain.
Kira is the best bag. I want to hear you niggas' thoughts. Who's the better villain, Kira or Meruem, and why?
I'll fuck with Yoshikage.
Yoshikage was so much. He was just so maniacal the way he was planning things. I don't know, man. It's tough. I don't know if Meruem. Let's put it like this: Kira's the better villain. Meruem is the better character.
I'll pull that take out.
Talk about
it. You get what I mean by that?
No, talk about it.
I definitely know what you mean, because I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, because like Kira definitely had there was nothing good about him at all. He wanted to be left alone, but purely selfish motives. And then you have Meruem, who he wanted to understand others, but he thought they were inferior because he thought that they couldn't have an intellectual way of thinking.
Right.
So like Meron, when he found Komugi, he goes, "Ooh, you can actually challenge the way I see some things."
Mm-hmm. That's
So
what changed it for him.
Yeah, for sure. So I think he's the better character, but in his mind, he's not a villain.
Yeah, and like not only that, but he was also becoming less of a villain throughout the
much
arc.
less of a villain.
Which is like this is something me and Sensei talked about before. That's like the reason why I eventually said that Kira was a better villain, because the same reasons why Marilyn is such an amazing character are the same reasons why he's actually less of a villain compared to like when he first got introduced to the arc. Like, give him more time with Komugi, he damn near like be a good guy at some point. So like,
he damn
100%.
near kill all the remaining ants his damn self.
I relax.
That actually really would.
He would have did that shit.
He just thought that human life they were just like so like self-destructive that they're like, why not do it for them? No, that was how he thought. I don't know how I thought.
Anybody disagree with Virgo? Does anybody think that Meruem is a better villain than Kira?
No, better character, not villain.
Infinitely better character. Throwing that out there.
And Kira is the better villain. Is what I'm saying.
Wow.
And all Kira wanted to do was, you know what I'm saying, kill some hoes, live a normal life.
And that makes him a villain.
Right.
Oh,
no, I'm agreeing with you, G. I'm not disagreeing with you at
sure.
all. I'm just saying all Kira wanted to do is, you know what I'm saying, kill some hoes, you know what I'm saying? Stay out the way. Keep their hands. You know
he just want to kill some hoes.
Go on a little date, but then niggas want to get in his way. So he had to bug up and start bugging up.
He really didn't have to bug up. He just kind of was like, all right, let me do this real quick and try to
see, that's the thing. Like, but then he started to falter. Like, as soon as his routine was fucked up, my boy started to falter. And then because he started to falter and because shit just kept going wrong, he created a new ability to make sure that shit wouldn't go wrong until that got exploited.
That's just,
but then he got too comfortable though, and then
he got too cocky too.
Fucked him up.
He did get too cocky.
He definitely got too cocky.
Nigga put the do-rag on and got the butters.
He was like, "Oh, I'm good."
He was like, "Can't nobody touch me now." He had the butters. All he needed was some
singing and shit.
Right, G. He thought it was
good.
Right. Then niggas caught up to him, started, you know what I'm saying? Start platinum the world though in his ass. And, you know.
That shit was fire.
Also, Kira is one of the few times where like the bad guy gets away and you not mad because it's like perfect for the narrative. Like his whole story is like wanting to hide from niggas.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like when the Beast Titan got away, we was all pissed.
Yeah, I was mad as fuck because Levi fucked that nigga up. I'm like, there's no way he's just gonna get away.
Yeah, that was lit.
That shit was.
Hey, that shit was lit.
Go ahead.
Either way, that's all I'm saying.
A wide open boy.
Ash, how you feel?
All right, so boom.
Here we go.
Nah, like
Ash, real quick before you finish though, is that you in your profile picture?
No, that's not him. That's his little brother.
I bet.
Go ahead.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Talk your shit, Virgo.
No, I was saying he look like King Vader, but go ahead.
Little bit.
That's funny as hell. But that's
funny as hell. No laugh.
What brings me so much? I like Kira just because he was all about it. His flaws weren't even an issue. Like his flaws is basically what drew him. He was like, oh man, this shit I'm doing it ain't really good, but shit, I got all the methods to keep going through this bitch. So let's keep it pushing. That's something that's what made me enjoy not only just his character, but him being the villain too. Like man's like he was stressing, but he wasn't stressing. That made it real interesting.
Nah,
and Meruem.
He definitely was pressed.
That nigga was pressed by a plan.
He was real pressed for a minute.
Oh no!
All this shit came together.
Bro, that fucking plant, bro. Straight Cat had me weak.
Niggas is not a pocket.
That wasn't no joke.
What do you mean? That plant was a straight shooter. What the fuck?
That
plan had fucking
like,
smoke.
what?
I'm kind of mad. JD
That
not
plan had
here.
all the smoke.
It seemed like niggas is on the side of Kira, and I'm very surprised.
Oh wait, nah. My thing with Meruem is he was going.
You're surprised?
Yes.
He was like that was literally like.
But when I break it down like that, it makes sense. Did it not?
No, you broke it down the same way.
Did.
You broke it down the same way I would break it down, but obviously,
So you don't agree?
The anime community is full of like a lot of meathead ass niggas that don't really think that way.
I started off that way.
Not to say that, huh?
So you thought we was meatheads?
No, I didn't think
that. Oh no,
I didn't know what y'all was. That's why we here.
Low key, you did because that's why you're surprised.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm surprised.
Tell us how you really feel.
Type shit.
Hey, it is what it is, nigga. I'm just saying.
Oh no!
I'm just saying no because when Steve-O was like, yo, that's not
the disinfectant.
He was like, that's a hot take, but it's not a bad hot take. I'm like, right, I know it ain't a bad hot take. I'm ready to get in my bag, but niggas was like, oh no, you're right, and I'm like, oh, well, there's no reason to really get in my bag.
We gonna get confrontational in a minute. Don't even worry about it, baby.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
man, what's up?
Just wait on it.
What's up, Ash? Get in your Maryland bag then.
Oh, nah. So that nigga
go ahead, Ash. You sound just like my voice, Ashy.
Damn.
Nah, man.
No. That wasn't a diss to you.
No,
like niggas said my voice sound ashy all the time.
I've never said that, but the fact that you owning up to it is hilarious.
No, it's whatever, bro. They can say that. It do sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
I seen one nigga say that you were supposed to put some lotion on your vocal cords. That shit had me weak as fuck, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That shit is funny and pretty accurate.
Oh, damn. Niggas in the chat said JoJo Part 4, Hunter x Hunter 2011.
Fuck out of here. Niggas. Give niggas
I'm gonna go 2011.
Jump out the fucking window.
I'm gonna go 2011.
We not doing this on
No, Derek. Which one you got, nigga?
I'm gonna go 2011, Femo.
It's gotta be Hunter, bro. Just Part 4 alone.
It's Hunter, bro.
I'm not even the
Part 4
fan,
alone. It's gotta be Hunter x Hunter.
Ooh, Steve.
Nah, if you said Part 4 versus Yu Yu Hakusho.
What you
Speak on it, King.
Nani?
Speak on it, King.
Leave that with
What you got, bro? Part 4 or
right.
fucking Hunter x Hunter?
Hey, this nigga Penguino said Virgo sound like he adds sandpaper to his smoothies. Hey, what's your address, my nigga? Hey, what's your address, young nigga?
You definitely gotta pull up on that nigga, G.
It's all good. I got the anthrax. Anthrax know me, bro. I'm slanging it.
Mike, where your ass at, B?
Fuck Mike.
Damn.
Fuck GB.
GB actually
gone. Hey, I'm here. I've been talking. I'm in charge.
I'm finna shake on y'all too.
I want to smoke with all of the Worst Generation podcast, nigga.
Hold on. Ash, what you say?
I'm finna shake on y'all.
All right, B.
Y'all be smooth. And hey, fuck the coming good here.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Hey, follow me on Twitter at Virgo Do Splits type shit.
This nigga promote himself when other niggas
right, when other niggas leave. Also not his Twitter.
Definitely not his
Bro,
Twitter.
that's not my Twitter, my nigga. You didn't hear what I said?
Wait,
Mike. Virgo do split.
Type shit.
What's up?
Mike.
You didn't hear what I said, my nigga.
Wait. What you got?
Excuse.
JoJo Part 4 or Hunter x Hunter?
Bro, honestly,
Part 5.
Hunter x Hunter is a better anime, bro, but I enjoy Part 4 more than I enjoy Hunter x Hunter.
All right, JoJo Part 4 or Yu?
Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Right. Why would you even ask Mike that question?
Let's not even ask dumb questions, bro.
Well,
hey, but Mike, put like everything aside, right? Like we all know Yu is your favorite.
You know,
let's just talk about the facts.
Okay.
Let's just talk about the facts. What would you put Part 4 as far as like all of the character development, the overarching story, the fights, the villains, etc., over like against Yu for the same things: overarching story, fights, villains, etc., etc., etc.
Oh, easily. I mean, bro. I guess the only thing that was
easily you say, Mike.
Bro, can y'all not gonna let me get my shit off?
I'm sorry, you right.
No, it might be bullshit.
Bro, no, let me get my shit off, bro.
Honestly,
the only thing I got over JoJo's Part 4 over Yu is probably the storyline is a lot stronger because it was in a lot shorter time span and it was still really fucking good. Like they didn't have to have 100-something episodes for it to be.
And the fights.
No, the fights are not better, bro. No, I'm not rolling with that.
Whoa, what?
I'm not rolling.
What's the best fight in Yu?
The best fight in Yu? That's
I can't wait
tough,
to hear this shit.
It's between.
I can't wait to hear this shit either.
Bro, y'all niggas ain't gonna let me say
shit.
Name
some big mid.
No,
we gonna let you talk after we talk first.
Yeah, let talk. Let him talk.
All right, y'all got it.
No, go, bro. Go, bro.
No, I'm sorry.
We all just trolling. Just go.
Nah, it's between the Tagoro fight and the Sensei fight for me. Nah, bro, I love both. I love both of the fights.
That's original.
So let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
The Tagoro fight is better for you than the Kira versus Josuke and them at the end fight.
Yeah, what's up?
The final fight with
oh no, it's JD Legend.
What's up?
What's good, Jay?
So
and that
check it
fight
out,
against Kira at the end was
Steven, why is your voice so
That's
deep?
cap, bro.
Was it
That's
more-
cap,
was it-
bro. Steve-O, that's
Yo,
cap, bro.
what? Yo,
Bro,
the energy is transition.
Steve-O, that's cap, bro.
Them niggas was around the corner and didn't hear them niggas fighting because of the rain.
Bro,
That
that's
was ass.
JoJo, bro.
Man, that
How many times
I can
JoJo?
accept the bizarre adventure, but that was just retarded.
No, bro. How many times in JoJo do niggas be around the corner and shit just be happening and niggas don't hear it?
That one time,
Quite,
I can't recall.
quite often, B.
I can't recall.
That one
Quite
time I
often.
can't recall.
That one time.
I can't recall a single
Quite
other.
fucking often, B.
So you don't think
For
there was any fights? I like the damn chili pepper whole
we-
thing more than the Tagoro stuff.
Are we talking about y'all talking about part 4?
Yes,
What's
sir.
the
So
We
wait.
talking about
Let me catch this nigga up. JD, we just had a conversation slandering Meruem as a villain.
What the hell?
And saying
Why?
that,
No,
wait.
Ain't nobody slandering.
Why?
There was
Ain't
literally no
nobody
mirror.
Yo, shut
nobody
the
slandering.
fuck up. Let me tell this nigga.
No, bro.
So
You trying
Excuse
to
me,
generate
may I
conflict for
interject?
no reason.
So no, but we did have a conversation.
May I interject? Because since he's clearly lying.
I'm trolling, but no, for real.
I'm about to say.
We was having a conversation about Meruem versus Kira as villains, based on our conversation in that one stream that we was in.
Okay.
I want to know your take
Meruem versus Kira?
as villains. Who's the better villain?
So are you going to clear up the fact that you were just lying?
I did just say I was trolling.
He did.
All right, bet.
It's funny because there's 2 different dynamics that come with these villains, right? So with Kira, he is the most relatable villain in terms of you can see him as a human and a regular villain in real life. Like he reminds me of a Ted Bundy ass nigga.
Agreed.
You know? And then when you look at Meruem, he's more of a fantasy type of villain, but at the same time, his story is extremely compelling. But so is but Kira, following Kira day to day was compelling. Compelling. So it's just like it depends on what you're looking for, right? And it's hard for me to choose because people have told me this before, and every time they ask me who's your favorite villain, I literally put those 2 together because it's hard for me to pick.
Hey, Kira the best one, bro. I'm telling you.
I can't say that.
No, yes. Yes, nigga. You can't.
Kira is great, man.
Why
But
can't
Meruem,
you say it? Why can't you give a definitive answer?
Because this nigga Meruem literally just
This nigga Meruem wasn't a villain. He wasn't a villain by the end of the arc, B.
He's still a villain by the end of the arc. This nigga
He went from a villain to an antagonist.
What?
What?
He went from a villain to damn near a fucking hero.
He was still a villain.
He was not a hero. He was not a hero. He was still gonna subjugate the human race, nigga. He is still an antagonist.
Man, hardly.
What you mean? Subjugate the entire human race?
The longer he would have been playing that damn that board game with that little blind bitch, he would have damn near tried to fucking solve world hunger.
I love the Kamugi slander.
Bro, he would have tried to solve world hunger if that.
If you want to see Kamugi slander, go to BDA.
If that nigga wasn't dying, he was gonna sit up in that room playing that game with that bitch.
He was definitely still gonna take over the world.
Okay, so I'll separate it like this. If you talk about who's a better villain,
yes, bro, that's the question.
Then Kira is a better villain.
He's gonna do it.
He is gonna do it.
Exactly, bro. Jay, what I said earlier was Meruem is a better character. Kira, better villain.
I think Kira was a great character.
I do think Kira was a great character too.
I'm not saying he
Meryl,
wasn't
I'm
the
not
worst
saying,
character,
right, Meryl was a better character.
There are points with Meryl. You could you even really consider him a villain at some points?
No, that's why I said antagonist, because I feel like you can be a direct opposition to the protagonist, which he was.
Correct.
But as a villain, no, he devolved from at the beginning. He was definitely a villain.
So if they wanted to say better villain, I say Yoshikage Kira.
That's fine. I agree with you.
Y'all tweaking. He was definitely a villain until he was dying. That was the only time he was not a villain.
That's cap.
He was a villain until he died.
Yo, even Netero said this is bad. If we keep going on, he'll continue the game more. Netero knew I got
but you forget about the part where he got bombed and then he came back to life and he was like, I changed my mind about all that shit. We finna take over this shit.
No,
that definitely happened.
But then it happened again. He regressed.
He found out he was dying and he was like, well.
But he regressed. No, bro, he regressed again while they was fucking traveling. While he was trying to remember. I'm forgetting something. Maybe I should be nicer. Maybe I shouldn't be. Bro, he was on that. That nigga was nice.
Found out he was dying, B.
Man, fuck all that.
Bro, he had all those feelings already before he got to Netero. What was he telling Netero? Like, we'll put y'all niggas in internment camps, but we still taking over this shit. He remember who Komugi was when he said that shit, bro.
I know, bro.
Fuck out of here.
But even that was a complete drag. Like that was so far.
It's a change, but
that's a big difference.
He was never gonna step down as king.
He was damn near a dictator at that point, G.
Hey, villain.
No, B.
He said no, B. He said no.
This nigga mad at the definition of villain now. It's cool.
How, G? I still got Kira, bro.
Yeah, we all agree with you, but now you want to act like niggas aren't even villains.
No, I didn't say he wasn't a villain. I said he damn near wasn't a villain.
That either be
borderline.
I'll say this though, JoJo's Part 4 is definitely the best JoJo's in my opinion. Like that's just my opinion.
Nobody is disputing that.
Okay, just make sure.
Chris, anything, Chris?
No, but the thing.
I've never said that Part 4 was not the best. I just said I enjoyed Part 5 more.
The conversation.
Hey, Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones is trash. I've never not denied that either.
The conversation.
Wait. I'm not caught up with Part 5 yet, so don't spoil.
We're not. The conversation moved because Takashi asked. Tagashi asked, what's better between JoJo Part 4 and Hunter x Hunter. I don't believe in comparing.
That's not fair. Yeah, you can't.
Exactly. Like I'm like that's not fair. You can't compare like short.
If you can compare arcs because technically each part is like an arc in itself. So I'd say yeah.
So that's why I was saying that. But then we got the slander in Mike because Mike loves Yu, and so we asked what's better, Part 4 or Yu, and he was basically like going on a tangent, and then we started talking about the fights in Part 4 versus the fights.
Y'all cut me off.
Y'all niggas still talking about Yu, bro? Please let that shit go for real.
Y'all
niggas in your nostalgia really need to grow up for real. I'm tired of it, bro. Oh my god,
Jay, what is this energy?
Yu Hakusho is good, but it's not goated like y'all talking, bro.
Hey,
calm down, bro.
Wait, Mike, Mike, you gonna take that fucking slander?
Bro, he entitled to his trash ass opinion, bro.
But you upset, bro. Yu was 8 out of 10 at best, nigga. At best. That is prime.
What do you mean? 8? That's high as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's quite high.
Like 8 out of 10 is great.
I said at its best, nigga. It was 8 out of 10.
At its best, that's mad disrespectful.
What's at its best?
That's mad
This nigga Jay is so stinky, bro.
I'm giving y'all, bro. I don't want to hear it, bro. I really don't.
What's at its best, Jay?
What is
so stanky, my
God.
God.
At his best arc, it was 8 out of 10.
What is his
best
arc?
Stop it.
Right.
Stop it. You stink. You. No.
He finna tweak.
I'm just saying. How Yusuke, you find out that Toguro was a B rank villain and shit, and when he's like, "Oh, I was looking for someone to be a strong nigga." You a demon. Go fight the other A rank demons,
Dark
nigga.
Tournament arc was his best arc.
You said what?
You said the Dark Tournament arc was his best arc. That was
obviously that was the intro to the S Class Demons.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, is his best
Shot
arc.
the Black is the best arc, but it's cool.
I mean, I'm just saying. I said what I said. I'm just saying.
Oh
Mm.
shit!
Wait,
Wait,
Also, that
so
shit what the girl was
Mike,
destroying all them pillars was trash.
Mike,
What up?
So
What up?
Boo.
Get your shit off, bro.
Bro, I don't knock nobody saying that they don't think that Yu's great or whatever. I think the shit's great, and I don't care about nobody trash ass opinions. So it's all good, bro. Get your shit off.
Oh no.
We gotta stop making Mike down as Yu Hill, G. We know he
Bro,
gonna do
and
it every
y'all
time.
bring me up. Y'all act like
That wasn't why I brought you here. That was not why I brought you
shit,
here.
But I really don't. Y'all niggas only bring me in here for you conversations, bro. And I'm really trying to chill, bro. I be talking about other shit.
Hey, you wasn't even on the topics list.
It wasn't.
But
on
you
the
came in
topics
talking
list.
about you came to slander Maryland. You got to be ready for the slander.
You also came in slandering JoJo B.
I was really trying to slander Maryland, but I was in Target.
So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me that you came in this stream and slandered Merowim, the better series than Hunter x Hunter, written by the same author, but you standing on Yu Yu Hakusho and you said that,
bro? I don't give a fuck about chess playing die yourself, bro.
Wait, JD, let him talk. Let him talk.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. How fucking chess playing sell? He wasn't that fucking great, bro. Kira killed that nigga as a villain.
So if that's how you feel, why don't you watch Demon Slayer then, huh?
He does.
Everybody watches.
Because clearly you fine with mid. You're fine with mid fights and no character development. So why don't you?
Oh my god!
Hey, he did make a point though. Everyone did.
Here we go.
Everyone did watch Demon
Bro,
Slayer.
I knew this. This is an entire agenda for him to bash Demon Slayer.
Bro, did you see that last chapter? That was an abomination.
First, this whole last arc has been an abomination.
Only
bro, why are you reading it is the real question.
Listen,
so we can slander it and know all the knowledge.
If you just on the TL, you can read Demon Slayer because niggas are dropping panels every day.
Yeah, that's so true. And Sony Jump be spoiling that shit with
I heard
the
some
promo.
nigga been swinging his arms for like a good 40 chapters.
It was like 15, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a good 20 chapters, I believe.
But think about it.
Swinging his arms.
Demon Slayer is so bad that I've seen so many flashbacks of this nigga, and there's so many of his friends pulling out their arms and pulling Tanjiro from the clutches of death. Like 50 times. I'm like, my nigga, how many times are you gonna do this? To the point where you do it for the last arc with the last villain? It's mid. It's ass.
I love all of this because it's true.
Demon Slayer is a disgrace, and to me, everybody in Japan.
Lee, you gonna take this slander?
Bro. I got spoiled, so I continued to read up, and I was like, wow, I enjoyed the first arcs, and now this is Buns. How dare they?
I always thought it was Buns, but
that's what I'm saying.
Like how dare they do this to themselves?
This is ridiculous. Demon Slayer is a disgrace.
Wait, JD, stop. Lee.
Yeah.
How you gonna take this fucking Demon Slayer slander? You said it was better than Full Metal.
What? Full Metal.
No.
Always. The anime. Absolutely love that shit more than Full Metal.
You said it's better or you like it better?
I love it way more. And I think the anime is going to be better. Yeah.
Hey, JD. Hey, JD, do your thing.
That's wild.
I don't even know. Honestly, bro, at this point, it's got to be his own opinion. And I'm not going to slander somebody for their own opinion, bro. I can't do that.
After you just slandered
That's controversial, I would say.
All right. He said, all right.
Hey, Mike, I just want to point out I came to your defense. Even though I am a Yu hater, I came to your defense, nigga.
Bro, like, I don't know why I be getting all the fucking smoke for you, bro, or for nothing, bro.
Bro, because you're the resident Yu lover, bro. You're the resident Yu lover, bro.
Oh
Bro,
my!
I be chilling and niggas asking me Yu questions. Like, god damn.
Bro, that's bro. Believe it or not, that's how I am with JoJo, G.
Hey, real shit. You used to be like that with One Piece, and then you just stopped caring about other niggas' opinions for real.
Yeah, G.
Because we were slandering so much.
The same
but
happen.
now, exactly. Now it's JoJo. So I'm waiting for you to you know what I'm saying, have that same thing happen with JoJo.
Exactly.
Yeah, that shit gonna be
evolve. Not
fun anymore.
It ain't.
Niggas really slandering this series, bro. I can't believe it.
Demon Slayer? Because absolutely.
You gonna tell me this is not better than Demon Slayer? This. Can't believe it,
You funny as hell.
Bro.
But Leak, you ain't got nothing to say about this Demon Slayer slander? You just gonna let it rock?
Nah, I don't really give a fuck.
He gonna take the
I hate
lumps.
this nigga Leak, G.
Nigga, my opinion don't change because of somebody else's.
No, G, I just want you to slander back. That's all. But it's all good.
That's a very good response. That is
it's simple, bro. Like some people don't eat ass. Some niggas eat ass.
That's a fact.
That's a weird ass comparison for.
Well,
yeah.
Hey,
I
when
feel
you
like
a
if you
grown
like
ass
Demon
man,
Slayer,
you
you
in a
that.
really
Hey,
long
Vash,
relationship.
what's your top 5, G? No, not
Top
on,
five of
not on no gatekeeping shit. Just what's your top 5 anime?
He's
Top
lying.
five
He's gatekeeping.
I'm not, bro. I promise you. I want to ask you a question.
I would have to give it to One Piece,
Facts.
Trigon,
Okay.
Doctor Stone.
Damn, already?
Wow.
Hey,
I
Stone
just
Manga
enjoy the
don't be
anime a
garbage.
lot. The
See,
score,
when you say damn already, that's judgment.
the OST was very good with the anime the first season, and I just enjoyed the MC from the manga, so it was very good. And plus Monogatari as a whole, not trying to choose a season or which one.
Right.
Monogatari, that's top 4, and fifth
I
one.
heard Monogatari is kind of fire.
Damn, fifth one, I'll give it to JoJo right now, but I haven't yet finished the whole series. So, but right now, I don't know number 5, but that's my top 5 right now.
Bet. All right. I was trying to see if anything that we discussed besides JoJo was in there. It's not. So, never mind. Any other takes on best villain in all of Shonen?
Virgo? I'm kidding. No, he's not. I know.
See how quiet the guy. You see how quiet the guy.
Doflamingo.
You think Doflamingo's the best villain in all of Shonen? That's
I mean, Doflamingo's
I
dope.
think there's definitely an argument.
He's good.
No, it's
with
not.
it.
Wait, hold on.
There's an argument.
Steve-O, what's your argument?
Sensei, here comes Sensei.
What you mean?
Just go ahead, my nigga.
Steve-O, what is your argument?
I mean, his charisma combined with his unique brand of evil.
What is his unique brand of evil?
That really spoke to
Not
me.
unique brand. I thought he was just terrorizing the island like the other niggas.
Right. What is his unique brand of evil?
Oh boy.
I say it's unique in the context of the One Piece world because he was more like you know how they call him Joker. He actually seemed more like the Joker.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Who was like
in terms of One Piece,
Yeah, he was taunting people
who
very
was
carefree.
incredibly chaotic and just all around dickhead for no reason at all, other than he just wants to see
That's
the
a
world.
fact.
Hey, I agree. Like, Doflamingo is definitely on his way to being probably the best villain in One Piece, but whole time just Rosa destroyed his character to me. But like when he was portrayed as like this nigga behind the scenes controlling shit, like and not being seen, that shit was cool. But then we got to Dressrosa and it's like, oh, it's another nigga terrorizing the island that Luffy got to beat.
So
like,
can I give you
is One Piece.
And also his backstory was raw.
Can I give you some food for thought, Steve-O?
Yeah.
I argue that Crocodile was a better villain in One Piece than Doflamingo.
Here we go.
Right now, I would have to agree with
Hey,
that.
he was the blueprint for like.
I would argue that myself, but I just prefer
that's One
Doflamingo.
Piece.
Doflamingo's a better character. I'll say that because he's more fleshed out and he has more development. But as a villain, I'd say Crocodile was better.
I do agree with that.
I think people sleep on how raw of a villain Crocodile really was in Alabasta.
He didn't give a fuck.
He was literally the devil to Vivi. Like he really ruined Vivi's life to the point where Vivi was like, I don't even know what to do with my life anymore.
That's true because I'm currently watching it right now, or rewatching it for the 5th time, and it shows that this girl Vivi was in despair. She wanted to.
She didn't know what
her
to
life.
do. Yeah.
She said, this dude, I don't know what to do. And right there, Luffy smacked the shit out of her. Said, like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Are you gonna give your life? And how about us? Because she saw him as the devil, and she didn't know what to do. But I do agree with you, Jay, that he was a better villain than Doflamingo.
Yes, I would say just in their respective arcs. In Alabasta, Crocodile was a better villain in his arc than Doflamingo was in Dressrosa. But Doflamingo is a very, very interesting character.
Who we got?
Hey, who is considered the best villain in One Piece? Like in the One Piece community, who people?
It's either Dofi or
It's either Dofi or Crocodile, as far as I've been able to tell since I joined the community.
Bet.
Go ahead, my bad, Derek.
I was just wondering.
Who we got in top 5? Top 5 villains. We got Kira, Meruem. Who else?
Is this just Shonen?
Yes.
Would you put Shigaraki right now? I'm not driving.
In my top 5, I would not.
I wouldn't.
I definitely would.
If you count the manga, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
What about Stain? And I'm not driving. That's not me. That's somebody else.
You not driving?
that's
That's
fine.
not me.
No,
Get the fuck out of here.
listen. How would they say I'm driving? I'm on cam. I'm on camera.
Oh wait, niggas in the chat saying that. I'm like, wait.
Bro, he's on camera. You can see he's in his home. What the fuck?
But the thing is, Stain is not a villain though. He's
Like,
more.
the fuck?
He's more of an anti-villain, like more of an anti-hero.
You can see me. I'm not driving either.
Donzo. Oh hell no. Pain should be in the top 5.
Oh yeah, Pain
Donzo top 5.
Facts.
Donzo top 5 in its series.
Oh, they said we know. All right, so they trolling me. All right, they got me. I lost.
They got me. I lost. Funny as hell. All right. So we got. You said Pain. So we got Kira, Merwin, Pain, Aizen. Who else?
One of the Hunter x Hunter villain. Well, we already got Merwin. What about? Would you consider Hisoka a villain?
No. Well,
nope.
No.
He's an antagonist.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
Definitely antagonist. Yeah.
This nigga won a dodgeball game.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is definitely.
Father?
Well, okay.
Yeah, father?
Father is not a top tier villain.
Yeah,
I know he's not. No, he's not. I was gonna say Fuhrer King Bradley.
Oh, he was
because he was.
I wouldn't give him top 5, but
he's top 10 for me.
Top 10. Yeah,
top 10. I would give it to him as well.
Why?
Okay.
Somebody who just said that, get in your bag.
He is that nigga. Period.
Fuhrer King Bradley is raw. Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah, he was raw as hell.
But what makes him a great villain?
He that nigga. Period.
He wouldn't.
Okay, if we talk about Full Metal, not Brotherhood, but the first one, because I think both of them was great. Brotherhood obviously is the GOAT, but both of them was great. I like Bradley a little bit more in the first one because he was literally the orchestrator of all of that shit. Like he,
that's fair.
The homunculus, was doing all that shit, and that makes him a dope ass villain. Obviously, Pride was different. He was a little kid. He was kind of like the behind the scenes person, acting as a son in Brotherhood. But I think with Bradley, he definitely was raw as hell, cutting tanks in half and shit. But then also, like I said, he was orchestrating all that shit behind the scenes. So the reason, Tay Guy, you were saying you was fucking with Doflamingo until Dressrosa is exactly what Fuhrer King Bradley was doing in the first Fullmetal.
I ain't watched that shit, so you already lost me.
Well, that's on you, man.
Why I ain't finished that shit, right?
What about Stain?
Stain, I wouldn't put him at the
like
I wouldn't put
he's an
any
anti-hero. I agree.
villains.
Not in top 5, bro. I'm not putting no My Hero villains in top 5.
Okay, because I understand that. I love Stain.
Sounds like you have an implicit
Stain
bias.
is dope, but man.
No, I mean My Hero has arcs that I really like.
Like, has he come back in the story?
No.
He's gonna come back in the story though.
Cap.
He's
definitely not top 5 off 2 episodes.
Okay, it's definitely like 10. You know, not funny, but it's all right.
There's like 10 chapters, maybe. It was like 2 episodes, damn near.
That's capped. It's like 5 episodes.
Oh, no, I ain't watched that. I read it. It was very short.
Either
way,
I
he's
fuck
more
with
of an
Stain's
anti-hero
ideology.
than
I
a
got Buddy from Psychopaths as my number 5.
Oh, Makishima.
I've never seen Psychopaths.
No, Makishima is a very good villain.
I got Buddy from Psychopaths as my number 5.
Makishima, yeah, really, really good villain, bro. That nigga was.
I don't know if I'll put him in my top 5.
How you feel about Madara though?
Fucking trash, bro. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
You tried.
Madara's big.
How y'all
I
feel
just
about
wanted to say
No,
Madara,
but
like,
Kai, why you fuck with Madara though? Why you fuck with Madara, Kai?
No, I was
not
just
trash.
wanted this to get a reaction.
Oh, okay,
To be real.
He's actually not
I
trash
mean, he
though.
was cool. He not trash. I wouldn't put him in top.
He wasn't like, if it wasn't for that Black Zetsu moment at the end, I think Madara would be way better.
Oh hell yeah!
Agreed.
He would have been really.
He wouldn't have been top 5.
But you know, Kishimoto ruined his entire series with that.
Kishimoto ruined a lot of people's entire series.
No, boy.
Yeah, Madara was a fan service for everybody that's been reading, to be honest.
When All For One puts his arm through Shigaraki's chest, y'all gonna say the same thing.
Whoa.
I'm crying.
All right, bro.
That shit just went dark.
Yeah, why did he do that, bro? I don't know why he did that.
So he can be like, I was actually pulling
Okay,
the
what about
strings the whole
Frieza?
time.
We put Frieza in there?
Top
Hell
5?
no.
No, top 10, yeah.
Not top 10 either.
Frieza was a really good
I
villain.
got him in my top 10.
Frieza, I think we sleep because Dragon Ball Z. I understand Dragon Ball Z is very like brain dead, but
Hey, that's a top
Yeah, I
10.
have a good one. I'm out.
Frieza was a
Frieza
really
not
good
top
villain.
10.
All right, Virgo.
All right, take care. Of it.
Virgo,
What
you
about
going?
Isaac?
Yeah, buddy, I'm out.
All right, B, take it easy. I think I appreciate you for pulling up.
All right, bro, go deep.
Absolutely.
Hey, I'm out of here too, y'all.
All right, Mike.
Monster is not showing it.
Why do you echo like that?
No, man.
What about Aizen?
Yes,
I said hell yeah.
Aizen type five.
Yeah, I already said Aizen.
Hell yeah for Aizen.
I
So
had
that's
Aizen in
four?
my top 5.
What I
until
consider?
then.
What about Light Yagami? Or is he more vigilante
He
turned anti-hero?
was actually more of an antagonist / protagonist of his own.
So you saying Light Yagami's Batman?
On his best day, he might be Batman.
Damn.
You gonna get in your Batman bag as soon as Mike leaves?
Batman wishes he had a Death Note.
He does wish
I
that.
know. Nah, Batman wouldn't kill.
I don't know, G. His daddy did in that Flashpoint, but we ain't gonna get into that right
Hey, Ultra Savagery. That shit was lit as fuck.
Indeed.
Pickle Chip, what's cracking?
What's poppin'?
Welcome to Gloves Off, Volume 4, B.
Glad to be here.
Oh shit, we got Pickle in this bitch.
What's up, Pickle?
I'm Pickle.
What up, Pickle?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's see. Y'all didn't peep Eureka 7. All right. Well, I can say
I
nothing.
did watch Eureka 7.
Really good. Eureka. Yeah, that's how they say it. That's how they say it. That's how they say it.
That's how they say it.
But
Eureka.
I say you. Yeah, but I call Eureka. Eureka 7 is like
Krollo or Merwin, bro. Niggas always
Merwin, but
Merwin, what the fuck?
Yes,
Yeah.
Right. Don't waste my time.
Bet. I'm sorry, don't fucking.
But I love Krollo. Don't tweet.
You said, damn, nigga.
How y'all feel about Garo as a villain?
Garo is not a villain.
Yes, he is.
Not a. I
Nope.
don't know.
He said,
bro.
no.
What the fuck?
No,
Garo is a villain.
Heroes, bro. He hunts to hurt and beat the fuck out of
Garo is definitely a villain.
He's a villain.
I don't know, man. I feel like Garo like Taskmaster. Like Taskmaster is like, he does villainous things, but is he inherently evil?
Yeah.
Bro, you ain't gotta
Bro,
be
he's a hero hunter.
right, bro.
He is
Garo
an
is
anti-villain.
Monster because he didn't want to be a hero.
Wait, did you just call?
Yeah,
Wait, Bash said an
exactly.
anti-villain.
Yeah.
So
The
a hero?
Taskmaster.
An antagonist.
And yeah,
He's an antagonist.
But thing is,
Yeah.
but he's not bad or good. He just does whatever he wants. To like
Exactly.
Deathstroke.
Nigga said,
Because like
Yeah,
Garo for
You don't have to be bad to be a villain. You just have to be like.
Well, no.
opposing force.
You don't have to be bad to be an antagonist. Because
Yeah,
if you're a villain,
you
you're
definitely have to be bad to be villain, evil, all the way underneath tones, all of that.
Because would you guys call Thanos a villain or an antagonist?
Good and all right.
Well,
In the
Thanos
comics
was
or in the
killing
movies?
The movie.
billions of
Movies,
people.
he
so.
is a bad guy. Yes.
All right, because Thanos was fucked up, but he was noble
Thanos
enough.
was fucked up.
He was noble enough to be perceived as an antagonist.
Yeah,
That's
because
fair.
because in the comics he's more of
In the comics, he's a piece of shit in general.
yeah
Like,
because he literally did what he did just to convince
Fuck
Death
Death.
Fuck
to
on
be
the
his
dead
girlfriend.
bitch.
All he
I'm
wants to
like,
do is fuck Death.
Fuck on
he
the
just wants
dead
some
bitch.
walls. He just wants
Right.
some walls. That's it.
Some death head.
Bro,
but
fucking on a dead bitch.
But no, so back to Garo though. Garo is definitely like up there for me personally as a great villain, especially in like his whole arc from start to finish until the end of the web comic. We ain't got there in the Murata redraw yet. But that nigga really like his evolution and the development. Garo has the best character development in the One Punch Man manga, period.
Okay.
I think he's damn near the only character in the One Punch Man manga to get character development. to be
Exactly.
honest.
That's why I wasn't my pick.
But he has like seeing his journey from that beginning point where he like leaves the damn dojo and then he just trying to fight everybody and then seeing him grow and all that other shit. Bro, that nigga like gets to where he wants to go and is like that's not he raw as hell. I'm just he raw as fuck. Because I can't say shit without spoiling it.
Yeah, you did a good job, bro. I know what you're talking about.
Thank you, Lee.
Garo is that nigga.
Yeah, Garo that nigga.
When y'all see it though in the manga, y'all gonna definitely he might be in the conversation for top 5. I'll say.
Another villain I've been thinking about, but I'm not current on the manga, so I don't know. It might be why I didn't mention it. Is Griffith.
He's not shonen.
He said not shonen.
Yeah,
That's
I
why I
said
didn't
not
bring up.
shonen.
I would have said Griffith first.
I mean, he said only shonen.
Yeah, I
I
said
would've
all
done
that.
that.
Okay, my bad.
How do you guys feel about Sinbad? Oh, God, y'all not caught up with Magi.
I am.
I got
He's not even really a villain.
spoiled, so I know what it is. But yeah,
Niggas
I was
don't even
also-
know
I
about
was
villain
also
Sinbad yet.
yeah, I
He's
was-
not even really a villain.
He's not really a villain.
Yeah.
he
Magi
just-
was good. Magi's underrated. I think.
It's
I'm trying to tell
underrated.
people. I keep trying to
Magi's
tell.
underrated.
Underrated.
Sensei
Yeah,
to
Magi's
read that
underrated.
shit.
Underrated. Magi's
Magi is
underrated.
goated.
Magi is definitely underrated.
Magi was
Wow.
underrated.
All right, what the fuck makes something underrated and overrated, bro?
Nobody
So-
Why
talks
can't?
about
Why?
Magi.
What is rated?
Exactly.
What
Niggas
is just
not talking.
rated?
Nobody appreciates
Nobody
Magi.
talks about Magi
Well, I
like
think something too when it comes to Magi is that it wasn't like
promotion, like it wasn't like big promotion like other anime or like manga is. Like when it first came out, it was something that was different, but because it was so different, people didn't attach to it, especially because it's so unorthodox when it comes to what you would typically read in Shonen Jump, in the sense that the characters and the lore and stuff is so non-Japanese. I think because it came from a culture that's very homogenized, it was very different. So it didn't latch on to it didn't get popularized. So then, and now we have that regret because now we don't have season 3 of Magi when it's such a great anime, like it's such a great manga. Like we don't have it because they didn't latch onto it when they should have in the beginning because it was so different. And that's what I think makes it underrated. Like it's top tier. Like I have no complaints about it. If you try to slander it, like we can go head to head about it because it's so good. But at the end of the day, because it came from such and it is kind of like you can kind of blame the culture because of the reason why it's not as popularized. But I mean, that's just how it is.
Some stuff just came before its time.
Wait. So what?
Season 3 was gonna be so fucking good.
What
man.
anime is just rated?
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul
is rated.
Like everybody is like, no, that was dope. Like any anime or manga, you be like, yo, no, I fuck.
Nobody was like, it's the greatest shit of all time, unless you read the manga.
There's a lot of niggas that read Tokyo Ghoul and say it's the greatest shit of all time.
That's because it is. I'm talking about the anime though.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the manga's definitely
the manga is crazy. Yeah.
So Tokyo Ghoul is the only thing that's rated
off the top.
Because
that was an example.
Multiple examples.
Okay, what else? Yeah. Give me something else.
Well, I think something else that you have to take into consideration when we talk about things that are rated and overrated is the time that we're watching them and the time it was released. Like right now, I would probably say like Dragon Ball Z, I'm gonna say that's rated. But when it first came out, when I was watching it, no, it was the greatest thing of all time. So that's something else we have to take into that. Well, when it was like, come on, think about it. When you were watching episode per episode, it wasn't like the greatest thing of all time.
When I was watching it, I didn't even know. Actually, when I was watching DBZ, I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't know what the fuck overrated was. Like I was just watching the show.
Right. So you were enjoying it as it was out. This is great.
Hunter is rated.
To be able to rate something as overrated, you have to be able to compare that to something else. And at the time when Dragon Ball was coming out and you were watching it episode per episode, you didn't have that. There was no concept of overrated or underrated. So we have to take in consideration like the things we look back on too. Like you can't hold on to nostalgia. Like 10 years from now, are you going to still say Tokyo Ghoul is like the greatest manga of all time?
I won't. I've never read Tokyo Ghoul, so I'm not one of those people that say it's the greatest shit of all time.
Tokyo Ghoul not even in my top 10. I'm just saying it's cool.
So it's just great.
Tokyo Ghoul is definitely in my top 5, and I fuck with that shit heavy. The manga.
So I don't know.
The manga is fire.
So okay.
I'm considering when it came out and today, I feel like Tokyo Ghoul is just rated.
So
I feel like it had a good
Lito
amount
got that
of
shit
hype.
as number
Niggas
2
thought it was
overall.
cool, but niggas wasn't jumping out the window like they do with like Demon Slayer, for example.
So
it was just cool.
Okay, so do we all collectively have Demon Slayer as overrated?
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I do, for sure.
I don't think so. It's enjoyable. I don't think it's overrated. The fans and audience did overrate it.
That's what makes it overrated.
Exactly, that's literally what makes
the people trying to give it every fucking award in the book and saying it's the greatest shit ever. It's definitely overrated.
So, do we have Attack on Titan as overrated?
No.
Attack on Titan.
I haven't seen it, so I can't
Attack
say.
on Titan is rated
if it lives up to
one...
it, you know what? Attack on Titan is over. Or at least it was when it came out. But then it
big
like
homie Naya?
that shit leveled up after season 1 though.
So. Hey, what's cracking, bro?
I don't know, G. I feel like
chilling,
today.
what's up?
Chilling, bro.
I feel like today, Attack on Titan is definitely just regularly rated because no one is just like this shit trash, and no one is like this shit is the most amazing shit ever. Let's give it all awards.
I think a
like
good
Demon
amount of people
Slayer.
are saying that.
To give it all awards like they did Demon Slayer. Like it deserves all of its motherfucking shits.
When it first came out, it definitely was like the bee's knees. Like,
yeah, that shit.
But see, everything is gonna be
like,
well,
not everything.
That's why I was like a lot of things that like when they catch that hype, yeah. But I said today,
okay,
as in 2020, that shit is like everyone sees it for what it is. This shit is great, and that's really it. I don't really see too many people, and it could just be me. I don't see too many people that's like, nah, like Attack on Titan deserves the world.
True. And honestly, overrated and underrated and rated are honestly like dependent on perspective. Like I think One Piece is overrated, but a lot of niggas will tell me I'm tweaking.
I think
Exactly.
One Piece is also
It
overrated.
depends on perspective. You like One Piece way more than I do, so when niggas overrated to me, that's some shit you like, okay, that's regular. So
I think the
you know, I
important
think
distinction
Hunter
to
x Hunter
make
is
is that
underrated.
overrated
How
doesn't
the
mean bad.
Go ahead. Go
That's
ahead,
true
Hemis.
too.
Go ahead, Hemis.
Just
I'm
because
back.
something's overrated doesn't mean it's bad.
That's fact.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, I think Academia is overrated, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's mid.
Mid.
It is quite
in your
quite
JD
in the
voice.
middle.
In your
With a
JD
strong
voice.
Super repetitive at times.
Mega repetitive at times, boy. That shit is
Man.
My Hero repetition.
My Hero do got.
Man.
It was funny. What was that Cementos panel? He was like, "We're doing
We're doing
internships
another
again."
internship?
I'm like,
Why?
"God damn, Cementos, yes."
Like,
Exactly
what the fuck?
this.
That's how we all feel. All right, niggas.
Indeed.
Last topic that I wanted to talk about. Based off what's crazy is it was based off a Fiji tweet that I saw. Shout out my nigga Fiji.
Like the water?
Yeah.
Fiji water.
That was
Fiji.
lame. I'll leave.
You funny as hell. I wanted to ask y'all kind of what y'all feel are better and why. Plot-driven stories versus character-driven stories.
Plot-driven stories.
Why?
But that's just a matter of preference.
Okay, that's what I'm asking you. Why?
I just like hella shit happening in a story. That's hard to explain.
Yeah,
I think
my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, deference. Pickle, you got it.
Deference.
All right. I think character-driven stories are better for short-term anime, whereas like plot-driven stories are good for long-term. Like I don't know if I would want 900 episodes specifically like crafted around Luffy himself. Like I want the One Piece world building, but also at the same time, when I'm watching something like Noragami, like I want Yato's like where Yato's coming from. When a short story, I want that character to be completely fleshed out. I don't want there to be any room. You got 12 episodes, you got 24 episodes. Give me what I want about that character. You don't have time for necessarily world building if it's not going to be an info dump in the beginning. Whereas when you have those longer form animes, you have time to kind of like build, like kind of flesh out your craft. Like that's the point of you having a long-term anime. Like you being able to take this plot and take the world into it and weave them two together. Like how does it interact with the character? How does the character going to react to it? But it's not necessarily about the character himself. Like we see how they maneuver through it, but it's not mainly about that. And I think that's where that's where I draw the differentiating line. Like I like both. I can enjoy both, but I want it different when I want different things.
Are you a fan of Berserk? Because
you know what?
I would
Okay,
argue
so
that Berserk is largely character driven and it's a long series.
I don't watch Berserk just because I'm not a seinen fan. Like I'm not like hyper ultra violence fan or anything. Like I would never slander it because I know like how deep it is, but it's just something I can't personally like vote on or say or anything about. I know like the main character goes through a lot, like stuff like that, but I can't say. So I might just have to like nullify my vote when it comes to anything Berserk related.
No, you actually brought up a really good point. And it relates to something I was talking about, like with these guys, days or like 2 gloves off ago. That I don't know. She might have a point because, like, when we were talking about it, I was talking about how I feel that like the character writing in Berserk is really strong, but overall, I felt like it's kind of uneventful because, like, it's not like a lot happening plot wise. So maybe if it was shorter or like, I don't know. You made some good points. I'm thinking while I'm talking. My bad. I'm gonna think on that.
You're good.
You made some good points.
Yeah, you made some good.
Thanks.
I don't know. I'm
hella
saying,
think about
but
this
yeah, you made some. I mean, I'm thinking.
No, real. I agree with her too on the long versus kind of like short. I think
that's
characters
real.
definitely can drive a shorter series and make that shit really good. And then like she brought up the point about One Piece. And then we even see like plot has to drive shows and manga like One Piece, especially manga like Naruto, where the characters fucking suck in the second part of it. You know what I'm saying? Where they literally Kishimoto wrote them characters to not be anything more than just like people for us to like see because they was in the first. Yeah, exactly.
That's fact.
So it's like there's room for both for sure. But personally, I do like plot because then you got series like Hunter x Hunter that got plot and they develop characters in each arc and they introduce new characters and develop those characters in each arc. So like it's definitely room for both.
Yeah, I definitely prefer plot because I feel like when you have a more plot driven story, I really like smart writing, like characters like doing really creative and like clever things. And when your story is like plot dense, you have a lot more opportunities to show off that kind of shit. And
You
that's
also
the
have a
shit I
lot more
love.
opportunities to fuck up.
True, and some do. Cough, cough, bleach, cough, cough. But you know,
Go ahead.
that's just like that's probably why I prefer like plot driven. Like with character driven stories, like Berserk is a good example. I keep thinking about this because I feel like the strong character writing in Berserk is like largely established in the beginning, and the character moments are like some of the biggest moments in the show, and a lot of them are like revisitings of shit that already happened, which is why I kind of feel like it's uneventful at times. Cause like
My kind of main point of contention with Berserk is I don't feel that it gets better from the Golden Age arc. It's the part that interests me the most. So as the further I got in, the less I started caring. Then it stopped coming out, and then I lost interest altogether.
That's a take.
Well, you're starting from what I consider to be the greatest arc of all time. So yeah, you're gonna go down, but it's still great. Like that's a long way down from the.
No, I
Golden
think what
Age
he was
arc
saying.
to,
I think what he was
mid
saying
or like
was.
past.
I think what he was saying was as far as like kind of going back to what you were saying, the events that the character moments tie back to is just the Golden Age. So in the Golden Age arc, it's like, all right,
It's the pillar of support for the rest of the story.
yeah. So like every other character moment after that is just, oh shit, these niggas meeting for the first time because in the Golden Age this happened, or these niggas talking for the first time because in the Golden Age this happened. Like think
You
about
talking about Berserk?
Yeah.
The only thing, but like to answer the question for me, if you asked me a couple of years ago, I would have told you I care about stories more. There's tons of stories that I read. I think the plot is good. It's well written, but I don't give a fuck about any characters, and I don't enjoy the story. I don't think Attack on Titan is a bad manga by any stretch of the imagination. I like one character, Levi. I don't like anyone else. So no matter what's happening, I'm not interested. I'm not invested. Like I could look at it and be like, it was solid. I don't have any issues, but do I care? Fuck no.
I used to like Mikasa, but she been going outside.
She been going out so sad. So sad.
She been going
that
out.
bitch was supposed to
Super
be the
sad.
next fucking Levi.
I was, I
Hey,
was paying a
I
lot of
just rewatched
attention to
Dragon
the
Titan,
female
and Mikasa's
characters.
kinda mid
And
the
they
whole
let
time.
me down.
Nah, bro.
I don't like
Season
when they
one
make-
when
I
she
don't
went
like- I don't-
when she
I don't
thought
like when
Aaron
any character-
died, that shit she went crazy.
Yeah,
She
I don't
went
like any characters that their
She did
whole
not go
motivation
crazy.
is
She was
just
about to
protect
fucking
another
die,
character.
but Aaron saved her. Like
She went crazy.
I
then
just
was about
rewatched
to
that
die.
shit, and most of it is really just her being worried about Aaron. Like we were just paying attention to her being talented, but it was mostly just her being like, "Oh, Aaron." But it made sense once they explained that whole bloodline shit later. But yeah,
My bad. Who was talking? Go ahead. Was that you, Hemmings?
I don't know. Was it?
I don't know. Shit. Somebody was talking. My bad. Was that you, Pickle?
No, bro. Like,
Why'd you say it like
She
that?
was mad.
Wait a minute,
get it together.
What's going on? Where's this energy coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. My bad. I just was thinking about that shit. But,
Nah, nigga.
Bash, what you prefer, bro?
My what?
What do you prefer? Plot-driven stories or character-driven stories?
Plot-driven stories, because if you have too much character and there's no type of progression of the story of what's gonna go, it's just like what was said before about One Piece. As much as I love all about the story about Luffy, get to know more about his character, his father, that we don't know shit about stuff than 100 chapters, 100 episodes, but we still want to know about the One Piece, the poneglyphs, those stuff like that. So I prefer story-driven much better than character, because we know that's what we put our time to be invested into it.
Do you think that you want, like, because you specifically brought up like One Piece, do you think it's because it's so long at this point you want answers necessarily that you want a plot-driven story, or is it because you prefer the lack of character development per character?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing that I was trying to transition it to My Hero, Black Clover. To My Hero, I want to know more about the world build of Russia, Japan, like those heroes as well, of USA. Like I want the world build. Like as much as I love Deku and those characters, but I want more world build. And finally, he's doing this with this current arc in the manga. The same to Black Clover. We're finally getting a bit of answers about Asta, his parents and stuff like that. So as much as I want characters about development, I also want the world build more about in Black Clover, the Spade Kingdom, the Heart Kingdom, stuff like that. So I rather know more about why are we here, who these characters, what type of magic we have, or is it Nan, is it Key, stuff like that. So I find it more intriguing and more and more time to invest in ourselves to know about this world that we're in.
I want to clarify
equate.
something.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
When I say character-driven series, I don't necessarily mean like this. Like a lot of people put like stock into character development. It's one of those terms that's lost meaning because no one knows what it means. I don't care about any of that. You could have a flat character that goes to a flat character arc throughout the entire manga. So you could think of a Goku type,
and it could still be great.
And it doesn't bother me. I don't need a character to be dynamic. You could be a static character and tell a great story. It's good. It's dependent on the narrative. So I don't really like the idea that your character has to go through all this growth and from the start to finish to be a well-written character, because some of the most iconic characters in pop culture are static.
Facts.
Agreed.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. JD.
That's why I don't get mad at Luffy. People like Luffy needs to do this and that, and I'm like, bro, Luffy told you.
That's how Luffy is.
Luffy
From
Luffy the GOAT.
All Along Park, he told you what he was gonna do. I can't cook, I can't navigate, can't fight with swords, but I could beat your ass. That's my job.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT for that reason.
And I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I like Luffy the way he is. I don't really need him to change, to be honest with you.
Same here.
Yeah, same.
But JD, I was gonna ask you, what do you prefer?
Prefer what is the choices here?
Plot driven stories or character driven stories?
Character. I can tell. Just from how
I would hope that you can tell that some shit that you like.
That's good. No, there's context behind that. My bad. I was rereading Marineford, and I was comparing it to what I'm reading right now in Wano, and I realized that the reason I was not liking One Piece nearly as much as I used to in pre-time skip was because One Piece was more character driven in pre-time skip compared to what it is now in Wano, and I've just not been enjoying. I feel like the character moments have been really stale in post time skip, and I think that definitely is the catalyst for why I'm not enjoying One Piece nearly as much as I used to compared to other series like Berserk, where Guts is like the main driving force of the plot, and it's even JoJo's Part 4. So many good characters in JoJo's Part 4, and that's why I liked it so much, because I liked almost every character there.
Right.
And even though it's not something massive or wide, like all those like Josuke Raw, I love Josuke, bro, and he didn't really change. He was static, like Nyan said. Josuke was static, but I loved him. So definitely character.
Lito.
100%.
My bad. Was you gonna say something, Henry?
I was gonna chime in on the Jotaro point, but I realized I might spoil something, so I don't want to say.
Yeah, don't spoil part 5. I can't wait till you finish though.
No, it's not part 5. It's a part 3 thing.
Is pre-time skip One Piece considered character driven?
Yes.
Like more so than plot driven?
Yes.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
1000%.
With Robin, everything
And
what
post-time
happened
skip
with
is considered
Frankie.
plot driven?
Yes.
Robin, Nami, all on.
I don't know if I agree with that, but the cast was a lot more focused.
Right. I wouldn't say it's character driven the first half. I wouldn't say that.
As the
I
cast
think near the end of
the
just because the
I
cast
think near
is
the
more well written in the first half doesn't mean it's a character driven story.
right. I think
It
near
just
the
means they
end
had
of
better
the
writing.
pre-time skip, it was like more character focused, but I wouldn't say that it's more character driven in the first half. Because I mean, they pretty much set every time you get a new character on the ship, anytime you you pretty much get this set
Which was pretty much
formula
all of the
for
first
them.
half, right?
So I wouldn't
like,
say that it's more character driven. You just get this character. You already know who they are. You already know what they're about, with the exception of Robin and Frankie. Because we had wait. Let me finish. Because I wouldn't say we had this huge arc of we discovered who Nami really was. Like we figured out she didn't exactly tell. No, hang on. No. I'm not saying it wasn't a big arc. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Arlong himself, the whole fisherman pirate thing, like that is one arc. But I wouldn't say throughout that entire thing we seen Nami change. We seen it from the beginning. She didn't tell him exactly the truth. We seen the issue, and then Luffy carried it from there. We didn't see Nami change throughout the entire thing. What she realized was that somebody could potentially actually have her back, and somebody could actually value her for who she was and stuff like that. That's one thing. But I wouldn't say that that's a Nami character-driven arc, when it's more so what Luffy would do for his crew. I would put that more on what Luffy does.
And I think that can be applied to a lot of arcs.
It's both, but I think I would never be like, pre-time skip is definitely more character driven. Near the end, I would say it was because of how intricate it attempted it to be, but it's still a very plot driven story. you may have felt that way because we've seen differences in character based off Robin, like stark differences, like Robin or Frankie. But I wouldn't say it completely like shifted. It was always a plot-driven story. We had little moments of character, quote unquote. I wouldn't even say development. I would say character focus, characterization, but I wouldn't say character development necessarily as heavily.
So wait, hold on, JD. Hold on, JD. So the reason why I disagree with you, Pickle, not to say you're wrong, is because so every major arc in the first half of One Piece was about
a character.
The character.
Right, you grabbing a character. I don't disagree.
Who was Alabasta about?
Vivi.
Bro, is she a
It was centered around Vivi. And yes, she is.
No, she's a straw hat in my heart.
Yes.
I love her.
Yes, she is. No, but every major story is about a character.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Is it about a character or does it revolve around a character?
Both.
So every arc, a majority of all the arcs in I would say maybe except for like Little Guard and things like that was revolved around the characters because each character had their own arc as they joined the crew. So if you look at Arlong Park, that was centered around Nami and her trials and tribulations with Arlong Park. And the fact that Luffy, it highlighted the relationship between Nami and Luffy in particular. If you look at Usopp's arc, it was centered around Usopp, his bravery, his development, his backstory, his relationship with Kaya. If you look at Enies Lobby, that was centered around Robin. We got her backstory, we got her retrieval arc, and then we had individual character moments. But if you look at post time skip, it's definitely a lot more about the plot. It's more about, okay, we're going to.
Can you apply that same thing to Sanji and Whole Cake?
Yes, I would say yes, but that's
a mixture. That's one arc, but that's what I'm saying. That's one arc out of the
hang on, no, wait. Let JD finish. Let JD finish. Let JD finish.
So, because you'll have post time skip arcs that are centered around certain characters. Dressrosa wasn't just about Law, even though Law was the main driving force. They got Dressrosa because one, the whole plot was we got to take down Doflamingo and the Smile Factory to fight Kaido. But we got the Law side plot as a result of that whole mission. But the reason they went to Alabasta was to help Vivi. The reason to Baratier was one, they were hungry and then they found their cook. The reason they went to Arlong Park was to chase Nami and get Nami on the crew. There is the driving force behind these arcs and post and pre-time skip were more about the characters than they were in post time skip. And that's my major point. Why I'd say it's more
because and then there's another thing. And then there's another thing. Hold on. And then there's another thing with the fact that in post time skip we are getting way more plot revelations than we did pre-time skip.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's fact. That's absolute fact. Now, question, are you considering just because it revolves around a character or the end goal is to gain this character, is character necessarily plot-driven? Because it's not like it's not like we completely fleshed out these entire characers in pre-time skip. We snatched like we put an arrow in that character and tried to grab it towards us. Like we didn't. It revolved around us getting that character. It revolved around us saving that character. It revolved around us helping that character. But did we get the characterization that you can honestly say is character plot driven? If you compared it to an anime that is characterly plot driven.
So
like if you take a short form anime,
the reason why I don't think it would be plot driven is because the plot of One Piece isn't these characters; it's this world. So when we have these arcs that are, like you said, focused around these characters, they aren't moving the plot of the world any further.
They're not
until after the fact. Go ahead.
I think so. Okay. So I'm just trying to understand because I feel like everyone's all over the place, right? So take an arc like the Navy back fight, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, at that point, we got accustomed to these characters. We started to care about them, and the fact that we could lose Chopper, and I guess on the anime also Robin, that stakes were at an all-time high because the Straw Hat's a family, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously. Right. In a sense, losing Chopper wouldn't probably is not going to have these grand overall ramifications on the overall world of One Piece because it's just some random doctor. Like probably Luffy could have found a new one. Wouldn't be a big deal. But the fact that in that contained arc, we know we have an attachment to these characters and we care about them and we want Luffy to win and move forward. I think is that what you're trying to say? So like
Yes.
Like Marineford, like no matter what happens, like that's a big event that's gonna shake the whole world.
Shake the world.
Well, as like Usopp on this island, some island gets blown up. Like who the fuck cares? East Blue, you know?
Basically, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And
So the thing that I would say is like the thing about One Piece that I say the reason why I never really call it a character-driven series in that sense is because most of the characters we meet are fully established. They're not really gonna change who they are. We get a backstory that lets us know why they are the way they are today. But from that moment on, in present time, they're not going through these drastic changes. And even when an arc is revolved around Nami, in a sense, Luffy is the channel. It's channeled through Luffy. Luffy's the one that's doing the most. Either way, so I don't agree that I could agree that it's maybe more character driven, but I would still always call One Piece a story.
Yeah. Well, that's my main argument.
As a whole, yes, I would say it's plot driven. But we were talking pre-time skip versus
even pre-time skip. I would still say it's plot driven because the characters that we see and the characters that he is obtaining are still the same. They're not only are they the same characters. There's with the exception of like Robin and Frankie, like I mentioned before, there's very little change in character of who they are. Usopp's still a coward. Post-time skip, pre-time skip, before Luffy found him, after he found him, it's still the same. Sanji doesn't fight with his hands, doesn't do a pre-time skip, doesn't do a post-time skip. It's the same thing. It's just that a matter of Luffy as the main character who is driven by the plot wants to obtain those characters. And that's the difference. Like it's more, we do get more characterization, I would say, but it's not like it's shifted. It never shifted. Pre-time skip, it was still plot driven. It was still the same thing. We need this to get to here. We need this person to get to here. I'm going to starve. I need Sanji. I need to get the ship where I need to go. I need Nami. Exactly. Like that's it.
So
agree.
Like, I'm not saying somebody else is wrong, but that's how I see it. Like you can't, in my opinion, you can't say that it's character driven because it wasn't driven by the characters. We needed them to continue the plot. That's the whole even pre-time skip, post-time skip. Like it's the same thing.
So I would argue. So what would you define one as something that is character driven? How would you define that?
Something that's character driven to me would probably, I would say, have an overarching character, either development, a characterization that changes your view of the character, or I would probably say it's one of those two. Either a character that changes based off circumstances or growth or whatever may happen, or a character that we as the viewer have a different perception of as time continues because we've seen where, because of something that happened before or because of something they're currently doing or a goal that they currently have, that's what I would say is something character, like plot or character driven.
Exactly. Like you can remove several arcs of One Piece and no characters will still be the same to you.
So actually, I don't disagree with her because I'm thinking about what I would consider a character-driven series, and when I think of something like that, I think of Berserk and how we're basically following the journey of Guts and how he's developing through every single circumstance, situation that he's experiencing. Right. So I understand. I think the only thing that is really missing when it comes to me claiming that pre-time skip is a character driven or is basically a more character driven than it would be plot driven. I would say it's like maybe 60% character driven and 40% plot, is that characters in One Piece don't really develop. And I think that's been one of the issues with One Piece, is that the characters don't genuinely go through character development. However, I feel as though if your initial focus of the arc is the character itself, what the character went through, their interactions with Luffy, it's like you're highlighting this. Like we didn't love Sanji until we saw him in Baratie. We saw his interactions with Zeph. We got characterization for Zeph. We got characterization for Zoro with Mihawk as well. I feel as though there's lots of characterization outside of the Straw Hats that happen within these arcs. So it's not just the main Straw Hats as well, but there's other. So even look at Usopp, for example. How many times did Usopp go through character development in pre-time skip compared to what he's going through in post-time skip?
A lot.
Or how many
significantly more?
I really only make the argument that two characters at One Piece have gone through traditional character development.
Literally,
that's for another day, though.
And Usopp is one of them. That's the funny part. That's why I mentioned it, right?
I don't even know if I fully agree with that, but we'll finish your point. Finish your point.
No. Okay, so you could say that if you look at Usopp in Enies Lobby and what happened between him and Luffy. That was definitely character development. I would say that was a moment of characterization and character development for Usopp. Even Chopper. Chopper had to develop as a character in Drum Island in order for him, one, to be able to leave Dr. Kuriha, but also pursue his dreams.
Okay, here's the thing.
Sanji had to develop as a character in Baratie as well. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
But I would just I get why you say that, but the thing like I would say is that these characters went through a character arc to reset back to where they were, though. They didn't necessarily grow from that moment. Like,
yeah, what did Usopp grow from during Annie's body?
I don't think it's a bad thing, by the way. I'm not. This is not a knock because I don't
think Luffy's ever going to go against. I mean, I don't think Usopp's ever going to go against Luffy in that manner again, based on what happened in Annie's lobby. And there's no way that you think that that's gonna happen. He's not the same nigga. He's not the same nigga. He's not. G. He's not. He's not gonna do that.
But like a character-driven story, it usually focuses on the inner conflict of the characters or characters, and generally, their goals and motivations and personal strife and trial and tribulation through their lives are what drives what happens next. In terms of if the story is more plot-driven, there's a larger emphasis on the actual narrative itself, and the characters are just a kind of a means to an end to get from point A to point B.
Do you mind repeating that just one more time? I'm sorry.
What happened? That got out?
No, I'm literally. I got sidetracked.
No, we're just processing. We're processing. Say it again.
Okay. So well, start from the beginning.
No, like your last one. Pay attention to you.
Just a plot-driven part.
Yeah.
Okay, so plot-driven stories usually have a larger emphasis on the actual narrative itself. So plot. So Luffy wants to become king of the pirates. That's the central narrative, right?
Right.
Obviously, there's subplots and whatnot, but the central story is that he wants to become pirate king.
Right.
Zoro want to do this and that, or other things are ancillary ancillary plot lines. Now, for a plot-driven story, what I'm saying is the characters are usually kind of used as a means to an end. Not that they're not important. It's not that they can't have like a 60-40 balance. It's just that the actual overarching story is more important than the character itself and what they're trying to accomplish. While a character-driven story, usually the character's personal motivations, goals and what they want to accomplish are the things that drive what happens next. So if they're traumatized because they've lost their entire family and this is why they always lash out people because they can't get close to them, it's because of what happened. So that's a character-driven kind of character arc.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
I agree in the point that you're making to say that the characters in One Piece, even pre-time skip, you would say are a means to an end. I agree with that. I'm not knocking the characterization that they have. I'm not saying that they didn't have characterization.
Now
right, it's a lot. Oh God, yeah. Post-time skip is completely worse. Like we don't even have characterization.
We literally just amnesia Big Mom to get her to like Onigashima.
Yeah, no, let's not talk about that. We're not talking about that.
That's just a means to an end, bro.
But I would even say in the pre-time skip, even though the characters, in my opinion, were more lovable, more likable because of the characterization they had, I would still say that because of the way the plot is driven, that it's just not character driven because we needed them for the plot.
I honestly believe if you didn't expand the cast so much, you wouldn't have this problem. There's too much going on.
Quick question. When you say expand the cast, do you mean Straw Hats in general, or do you mean what do you mean? Expound on that.
Like every arc, we are introduced to a bunch of characters that are seemingly grand and important, right? So let's say you didn't only fight a brother. Now you have Sabo. Like this guy is really important. So now you're always thinking, what is this guy always doing? What is this guy always doing? Where it's like, I don't think the problem was the Straw Hats. It needs to just be about the Straw Hats. That's fine. Like that's what 9 to 10 characters. You have the Supernovas, and it's like, all right, like think about all the different factions and different levels and tiers of characters we care about for a multiple of reasons in One Piece. Like I feel like he's kind of slipped and lost like his grip on that. So now it's just like these quick moments clash here, this moment, one liner here, one moment here, a little line here, and it's like I remember when Robin and them were eating noodles and just together, just chilling. I'm like, bro, I haven't seen these guys do this in years, like so long. Like it wasn't even important, but I was so fucking happy to see it. because like there's like we don't see them hang out because now we just got to get from this happened. All right, now we got to get Onigashima.
Right.
Onigashima.
It's like too plot driven now. We don't even have characterization between each other, and it's like that was the whole point of Luffy wanting these people for them to interact with one another on this ship, and we don't even have it. Like we completely lost it in the plot.
And I think Oda will always kick himself in the ass for making Dressrosa so damn long. It never needed to be that long. I think that's.
I heard that L you threw in that nigga.
I didn't mean to do that. I swear to God, I didn't.
I heard that L you threw in that nigga.
I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
This is a good conversation, niggas.
No, it was a very good conversation. I like this conversation.
I know Lito spoke. Kai, you spoke?
Nice talk.
Steve-O.
I chose not to speak on this because it's a lot of big words and I don't know what a lot of this shit means.
Fuck,
bro. I still be doing this, bro.
So I just been sitting here listening, trying to learn.
Do you like plot driven stories versus character driven stories? That's it, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying.
The easier way to ask it is, what do you care about more, the actual narrative or characters? Generally speaking.
Generally speaking, I guess I
like.
care
Could
more
you
for characters.
like if you like the character, could you enjoy something with a bad story if you like the characters? Like I could do that. Like if I like that character, I read all of Inuyasha and I hated it because I like Shishomaru.
If I hated the characters of Fairy Tail, I wouldn't cape for it because the story's just not there.
Nah, Fairy Tail's dope. We're not doing that. Hiro Mishima?
No.
People talk about Fairy Tail, and I think it's because people first off didn't whether you read it or watched it. Now I'm not gonna be like a Fairy Tail fan. I'm not gonna say that it's the greatest of all time or anything like that. But for what it was, it was good. Like I'm not gonna like knock it completely. To me, the Grand Magic Games was one of my favorite tournament arcs. Like it was so intense. I watched it as opposed to reading it. I like the characters of it. It's not like, like Natsu's a bad character, Lucy's a bad character. It's like, no, I'm not going to say they're the greatest of all time, but I mean, these are your typical shonen characters that you have in every almost anime. Like, I don't know why people are knocking it as it's like what it is. Like, it's the Phantom Lord arc was good. The Grand Magic Games arc was good. I fell off kind of after that because the Grand Magic Games, in my opinion, peaked so high for me. I enjoyed it so much that it just kind of fell off. But I think people just getting on this bandwagon of saying that it's garbage or bad. It's like, bro, you can just enjoy things as they are. Like
you gotta understand. I've never low hanging fruit. Everyone's gonna reach for it. It's just
that's
easy.
fact. That's what it is. It's just that's all it is. It's an easy hive mentality. It's hive mentality because if you sat there and actually watched
Put your fucking
like
on, Pickle.
y'all are acting like it's like some boring character that you're watching, and it's like no. There's characterization.
I don't think Fairy Tail is good at all, but I'd fun.
I'm not gonna say it's the greatest of all time, but for when you're talking about just enjoying an anime for what it is or just shonen as it is, which is what anime is supposed to be anyways, entertainment, not for you to get on Twitter and say, oh, it's bad or you're trash for liking it or whatever it is. Like if you just take something as it is, you can enjoy it. Like get off. Like what are you talking about?
So my thing,
I'm better than this because y'all like you say that's your top 10. You're garbage for that. Like, what are you talking about? It's made for entertainment, and everybody has different tastes. Like,
my thing is like you can like Fairy Tail, that's fine. My problem is when you start putting it over a series that it doesn't deserve to be over.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
That's my only thing. Fair. I will never stand her because listen.
What series is over Fairy Tail? Name one.
Some Deadly Sins. Somebody says got really bad.
I'm not Grim. I don't care. If it was Grim, Grim would be crying right now.
I'm sad about that. Like, how do you go that bad in the whole end of the last?
God, I've never seen a plummet like Seven.
I've never seen a steeper fall from grace. Like the incline downwards was just like straight down.
It hurt my heart.
It didn't even go on an angle. Didn't even go on an angle, but I mean,
just multiply Granby by 40, and that's how far it went down, bro. It just
like how do you have a prologue, but then say, "Hold up, bitches, we got one more arc to go," and then you have another Demon King fight. Like that shit pissed me off. Like I love this series, Dawn was my favorite and everything, but what pissed me off, like if you want to continue, there was no need to ever fucking write a prologue. There was literally no need.
No need, bro.
Hey man, the Arthur spinoff. If it hits, do we forgive the series?
No,
hell no.
If it hits, as if it ever hits.
I'm talking shit. I ain't reading that shit. I'm out of there.
Characters of his sons. His sons' names are trash.
That Arthur spinoff is that's gonna be ass. I have never seen such a waste of a character potential than Arthur in my life ever.
Hey man, when that spinoff come out, you're gonna be singing his praises. All right, gonna get you in the spinoff. We got you. I got the link for you. Don't worry. I'm gonna look out for you.
But a whole spasm. It was weird. I could go on a whole rant about the 786. That shit pissed me off.
What do y'all think of season 2 of 7 Deadly Sins?
I don't watch the anime, so I don't know.
The anime was good, but it's just the story wise. After season 2, it just went downhill.
Season 2 is when they introduced, like, I guess Meliodas' old comrades and shit, and
that's good.
and all that.
Yo, the Ten Commandments? Oh, they were raw.
Yeah,
the Ten Commandments.
Zelda's is my favorite character. So
his brother, man, Estrosa or however,
Estrosa was raw, yo.
It was great. But then after you came out, find out what the truth is, it's like, okay, cool, interesting.
You know what I was really hurt with, and I think we talked about this, right? And I was talking about static characters can just be cool. Escanor was raw. Like Escanor, they destroyed Escanor. I could not believe what they did to him at the end. Of
I always say he's my favorite.
That didn't happen in the second season.
I always feel like he's the best. He's not actually the best, but he's one of my favorite versions of that, like the kind of badass archetype. You know, the character who's kind of he kind of rival strength with the main character. They fuck with the group, but they don't really fuck with the group, kind of thing. He's my favorite. He's one of my favorite versions of that character because I love the way he talks shit because it's poetic. It's condescending and it's beautiful, and then he backs it the fuck up.
These niggas, I'm like, yo, this is just...
When did he pull up on Esterosa, no one could move, and he's like, "Why can't you move?" He's like, "I don't feel pity, so I don't feel anger towards beings weaker than me. All I feel is pity." And he pulled up right to him in the armor. I said, "Nigga, let's go, let's go."
Talking so much shit, bro.
It's so poetic too. Like it's my favorite type of like. Even today, when I was hearing Isaiah Thomas all day talk about the bull, I never seen such calm savagery. He's taking shots, but he's so calm about it. I'm like, bro, what is this?
Yeah.
This is the most smooth shots I've ever seen in my life.
You talking about which IT? You talking about the Detroit Pistons?
The only one that matters.
There you go. All right, good. I'm glad we talked.
Actually, let me not say that. That was me because I know I have to assist her.
IT was. I think IT really went outside. That's a different topic. Yeah.
That's
any more takes on character-driven stories versus plot-driven stories?
Hunter x Hunter sucks. Tagashi.
I like Naya. Yeah.
7 Deadly Sins is trash. It should be burned.
What are the other rules? If it don't come out, it's made by default. I don't make the rules.
What?
I'm just enforcing the rules, man. I love Black Lagoon. It don't come out. It's not good. Sorry.
Yeah, funny as hell. All right. Y'all know what time it is, niggas. I need y'all hottest of takes at the moment. We can go down the list.
I don't have hot takes. I just got good takes.
Oh, talk to him.
All right. Y'all better listen to it. Vash, what you got?
Of what? Of hot takes?
Yeah, what's your hottest of takes right now?
Trigon is better than Cowboy Bebop.
That's not really hot. I've heard that a lot.
It's aggressive, but I haven't seen Trigon. So
it's aggressive, but okay.
That's my hottest take since I know a lot of people. I said it last week when I was like,
niggas stand Cowboy Bebop, so I can see that.
I don't have a hot take because all my takes are the same.
All right, well, I want to hear
everyone hates them. So
well, I want to hear what hate takes. Pickle, what's cracking, bro? Do you need me to come back to you?
No, bro, I'm telling you, I don't have hot takes.
Right,
like they're good takes.
Then give me a take.
Like,
give me a good take that you say is a good take.
I don't know. I guess come back to me. Okay, I guess come back to me. I guess.
Take guy. You gotta have a take, nigga. You the take guy, right?
I'm finna let you down today, B.
It's all good.
I ain't got shit.
Damn,
if
nigga.
I think of something before it shit open.
All right, hemming.
Bro, I text you when I got a hot take. I text you niggas about it.
You do text me.
The whole time.
Go through the thread and look for them shits.
Nah, you just you a take deity now, nigga.
Funny as hell.
Hemi, what you
I
got?
mean, I don't have any new hot takes or just the shit I've been saying for like the past 6 years, but I don't think Hunter x Hunter is as well written as everyone thinks it is.
Ooh, why not?
Because just because you pour out every fucking detail on the page does not mean it's well written. You left no room for the imagination.
So you said the anime needs imagination to be good?
No, I don't think like if I'm fighting somebody, I do not need to know every single thing the person is thinking. I don't want to see that shit, bro. Like, oh my god, if you move to the right, I'm gonna come around the crowd. But if you like, bro, what the fuck? Like, just I know you were thinking about it. You could do that visually. Listen. I don't even think Hunter x Hunter is bad. I just feel like I'm real about it because everyone's just sucking dick, and I'm like, bro, this is not. He didn't draw anything. He just wrote a bunch of words. Is this a light novel?
Hey, what a picture! You bogus.
Light novel? Oh, you know what? I'll say this because I said this on your stream before, Jay. I don't like Ahsoka versus Corolla. I think that fight stinks.
Damn,
that is a hot take.
They don't
take.
To me, it's not a fight. It's just me watching them talk about what they're gonna do
and
their abilities.
That's actually what they
and then
doing,
just bobbing in and out the fucking crowd. I'm like, bro, what is this? I waited years for this. I wasn't excited.
What you have to say, Take God?
Niggas wrong and niggas is trash. But you knew that already. Hunter x Hunter is still the GOAT, and I would like to hear what that nigga's top 3 or top 5 is.
What's your
Just
top,
so I can know what kind of nigga I'm dealing with.
What's your top 5, Hemmings?
Top 5 what?
Anime.
Or manga.
Anime. Monogatari. Dirty Pair. Probably like Psychopaths or something. Manga. Wandering Eminon, One Piece, and I'll probably go Gintama, Madaka Box, something like that. And I think about it.
I've never seen Madaka Box.
He named hella shit I haven't seen, so I can't decide. I can't take that apart.
Alright. Well, good take.
Dialogue Elder's a good one. That's kind of going up there. I really like the third volume. That's a good one.
Good take, B. JD, birthday boy.
That is 2 more hours, then I'll be officially birthday boy.
All right.
I appreciate it.
You 36.
Damn, that's
Cap. It's gonna be next week.
No offense.
Cap. My hottest take. Did I say Yu Hakusho was made last week, right?
You said that this week too.
You said that.
But that's not a hot take.
I said that last week.
Okay, because I just like saying that.
Yeah, that's a regular take. It's lukewarm. It's lukewarm.
Hey, JoJo Part 4 might be better than you. I ain't gonna lie.
It is, nigga.
Yep.
It is.
It definitely is.
You just don't want to say it. You don't want to say it, but it is.
Hey, you know I'm like
I was about to say that's not
I
debatable.
don't like doing it either because I don't think it's fair to compare, but it is, nigga.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not debatable. And I forgot I'm the biggest JoJo stan I know, so I'm just shut my ass up over here.
Hey, what's up, Naya G? I
throw it back for Araki right now.
So here's a slight hot take. Demon Slayer is the most overrated shonen in the history of shonen manga.
In the history?
That's especially cold right now. You gotta revisit that one.
What? I want to say that's cold right now, but what do you have in the list of like overrated shonen?
Yu Hakusho. Let's see what else. Dragon Ball Z is very overrated. Naruto. I still like it though. That's nostalgia. Don't get me wrong. Naruto.
I don't think that's overrated, bro.
No, Naruto definitely not overrated. Naruto get a lot of hate right now.
That ending is
real,
so
but
bad.
like it was so.
It deserves it. It deserves all the hate it gets.
Ending was ass.
Ending was definitely ass. It was so popular.
Wait, Pickle, is Pickle Bara?
Yeah, bro, that's me.
Oh my, that's you. Oh, I didn't
That's
know.
me.
You sus, B.
Okay, all right. So now
Joker been in the chat going crazy over Pickle the whole time.
Okay, now I know. Yeah, Yu Dragon Ball Z. What else? Inuyasha.
Inuyasha's Rumiko Takahashi's worst series. I've read all of them. That's her worst series. I'm sorry.
I didn't.
What else did she make?
I think Ranma's my favorite. I don't know if that's her best.
Dude, Ranma is so good, and people need to actually go back and revisit it because, not only at the time,
right here.
but it's so good and it's just so enjoyable to watch as it is for what it is. Like Ranma's just great.
No.
Oh, actually,
Rom-com go crazy. I love that.
Here's the hot take. Haikyuu was the top 3 anime. There you go.
That's definitely a hot take.
That's a hot take, but I'm not gonna disagree with you. Like I'm not gonna knock you for it, but it is a hot take.
It's a hot take in the grander sphere, but for like new niggas, like new nigga anime, it's not really no.
But I'm not a new nigga. I'm not a new nigga.
But top 3 anime or top 3 sports anime?
Now we talk about Prince of Tennis. You know I'm not a new nigga.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said I'm sorry.
Mada down there. We go up top.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah,
we both 36.
Niggas out here skidding on the court and then jumping.
Yo, what's it called? Drive B? Come
Drive B, nigga. Don't get me started about
All right, grandpas, let's move on.
Okay, Zoomer. Damn.
So whatever you say.
So you got Haikyuu type 3 anime? That's your hot take?
Yeah.
Is that for sports or just all types of anime?
All types of anime. All types.
That's cap.
What's the other two?
Hunter x Hunter, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I assumed you was one of them One Piece niggas. I fuck with you a little more now.
One Piece is raw, but it's not top 5.
One Piece is
One
good.
Piece is not
Anime
top 5. Yes.
Hasn't been consistently great for a very long time, so I can't even give it that no more.
Hey, failing later do not take away from the greatness before.
Lito?
One Piece definitely still top 5.
The what now?
He was saying something about One Piece being top 5. I was asking for Lito's take.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said our bad.
I've been thinking, G.
You've been thinking?
I think Dr. Stone manga is going to be one of the greatest short mangas to come out of Jump.
Better than TPN?
If TPN kind of going, it's not going out sad. It's just going out. Let me clear that up. No, because niggas was like, no, TPN going outside. It's not going outside. It's just ending.
It's not going
wrapping up.
It's not going out.
That doesn't mean it's sad.
I mean, from the moment wait,
going out sad. The Promised Neverland is just wrapping its story.
So I wanna
that
ask
does not
though,
mean that it's going outside.
So even since it's wrapping up, can you definitively say Dr. Stone is better?
Well, I mean, once we get to The Promised Neverland is great. I think Dr. Stone will be better.
On your leak shit?
Nah, G, because Leak tweaking on some Demon Slayer better than Brotherhood. Both of them not gonna be better than Brotherhood, but I think out of Shonen Jump's magazine
Dr.
for
Stone.
like short mangas, Dr. Stone, and it might even be a long manga. Who fucking knows? Because there's so many things and different ways that they can go with the story. Because they just opened up a whole new part of the literal world. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, bro, I think Dr. Stone is really gonna be goated.
I got a hot take. I think Attack on Titan might be going outside high key.
That is a hot take.
That's cap. It's not gonna go outside, bro.
I'll only say this.
I think that the foundation is there for it to go outside. I think that
the foundation is there for anything to go outside.
Hey, the last 2 or 3 chapters have been some of the weakest in the whole series to me.
That don't mean it's going outside.
We'll see. We'll see how this takes.
When I don't know if I caught up to
we talking about the manga.
Yeah, because like I think for me when they went to like the Marley stuff, like when they went across seas and everything, and basically like I personally always saw Attack on Titan is pretty much a zombie narrative for the most part.
Really?
That's what they're like really big zombies, and humans turn blah blah, right? And usually in these zombie narratives, the real enemies humanity are the humans, right? Like we have an enemy to unite against, and we still can't get our shit together. That's usually the main takeaway from these types of stories. So when it expanded to that, like, oh man, it's just humanity again. So I was kind of let down when it happened. It's not bad. What's happening isn't bad, but I lost even more investment when the time skip happened. I cared even less.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the latest event. Like things that have been happening since the last big thing that happened have been very unsatisfactory. But we'll see.
The Rumble shit.
Indeed. Post Rumble has been very mid.
Whatever, yo. Fuck Zeke.
Fuck Zeke, bro. Fuck Zeke.
Yeah, fuck Zeke.
No. Y'all tweaking.
Fuck ass nigga.
Fuck that little bitch.
Gabby.
Fuck Gabby.
Her too. Like because I'm black. When I see self-hating people, I get so upset. When I see
Dr. Umar
got his kufi on.
Funny as hell.
Hey,
Kai, we talking about Dr. Umar.
Kai, what you got? What's your hot take?
Europeans.
I don't think I really have a hot take, just because I'm not as well versed as you all in anime
give a take.
and manga.
Give a take.
But I just feel like there needs to be. I guess it's more of a comment. I wish that there was more female lead characters in anime,
Preach.
or at least
actual
female characters that's like.
I gotta follow up kind of like point from her answer. Go ahead and finish.
Yeah, that was basically it. I just get like I try to watch different anime and then find like the female character I kind of can attach myself to, and then they all end up being whack as fuck. And then I be getting like I get upset because it's like, damn, like can we not have a good ass fucking female?
Hey, I'm gonna hit you with a list of some fire ass anime with female.
I can hit you with I get you with a whole manga episode of Worst Jit.
Have you read Claymore?
No, I haven't read any.
Read Claymore.
Their point still stands. Like obviously, I can give them lists of great manga with female characters and whatnot, but the point still stands that as a whole, it's garbage. It's trash.
Yeah, like all the characters be trash.
Because something like
they
I kind
start
of
off really promising, and then they just fall off completely, and they like fade.
A lot of that's traditional.
Try to pop back up, and then I'll be like,
it is traditional. And here's another point too that I kind of wanted to like, just kind of like rapid fire. Like, can you name three to five well-written characters that are well-written female characters that are not in the big three?
Yeah.
I can't name well-written female characters in the big three.
Naya immediately was like, yeah.
Well, okay. Well, Naya's cultured.
Exactly,
okay, I'm talking about the rest of you meatheads.
Damn, what's wrong?
All right, whoa.
Like JD and Naya get a pass.
She gonna try to call me out like I ain't been drinking this whole stream. I can definitely come up with it.
You spin.
I can definitely come up with
it. But no. But for real though, like, can you
in the big
really
three? There's none.
go through?
Exactly,
Okay,
like,
well, that's debatable. But
for bad.
Boa Hancock is probably the only one, and Rukia. Those are the two.
Rukia
like Naruto's infamous for his bad character.
Yeah, I like Rukia.
She's trash, bro.
Rukia is not trash.
Female characters trash too.
Exactly.
Like
he's the
now quick question.
Is kind of whack.
Now, would you say that the female characters that you are saying are well written? Are they one of the top three like main characters, or are they side characters?
Yes. Shorty from Psychopaths for sure.
You don't even know her name, so she proving her point.
How, bro? I haven't seen that shit in a minute. But I know that it's
I'm trolling, bro.
Okay.
I'm trolling, bro.
Emma from TPN.
I don't like her.
You don't fuck with Emma?
Wait, Sensei. How would you describe Emma as a well-written character? What makes you think she's a well-written
I don't read.
character?
I fucked with her in season 1. Even with that, what would you say is well written about her? I fuck with her determination. I hate like her dumbassness, but that's MC shit.
Okay. So her, the chick from Psychopaths, and who else?
I gotta keep going. All right, hold on.
I need top three. Let me think.
He's struggling now.
No, because I'm drinking, nigga.
You're on the road.
So wait, Pickle. Let me
too, Sensei. Where you at?
You're hardly drinking. You a lightweight? No, I've been drinking an entire bottle. She's trying to body me. She's trying to.
My Fireball bottle is empty. My Fireball bottle is empty.
Bro, the last bottle of Fireball, bro. That's your first mistake.
Bro, come on. First off, don't even bring that up. All right, moving on. Okay.
So look, Pickle. Let me try to help Bell Sensei out, right? If we want to talk, I'm gonna go recent, and this is some.
We gonna tag team. I'll let you tag team. Go ahead.
I got you. Look, hey man, this my Neo, man. I gotta look out for him. So what?
Funny as hell.
So Carol and Tuesday is a whole series written about strong female characters.
That's a great one.
Carol and Tuesday. I forgot.
You got it. Why they gotta be? See now, bro. I'm trying to help you.
They hoes now, right? They hoes now, right?
I'm trying to help you, bro. You letting your misogyny jump out.
Why they gotta be hoes though?
They're not hoes. They're not hoes. But Carol and Tuesday had fantastic female character representation.
Michiko Tohachin.
Yeah, true.
Hey, Sensei,
I think
even
if
day one here.
Yes,
You
a
know,
pistol.
Jolene, you better have part 6 of JoJo.
Hell yeah, Jolene.
Jolene is a good one.
Let's go.
Yasuo too, but I was gonna say Hannah from Wolf Children because
I haven't seen that.
I love Hannah from Wolf Children. That movie's so good. She's great.
Hey, half of the cast of No Game No Life.
Facts. The little bitch from No Game.
Pickle, have you seen Claymore or Red Claymore?
No, I haven't.
So Kai and Pickle, trust me, Claymore will be a breath of fresh air for you both. Like, please read Claymore.
You know what? I'm gonna take your recommendation because you were the one who recommended Ace of Diamond to me, and I'm enjoying it as I'm going through it. So I'm gonna take your recommendation.
Let's go. Sour more season.
Ace of Diamond after I got it. Ace of Diamond
season.
Hey, Lito, sorry to say, B, but JD is the resident.
It's fine, bro. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, you understand. Ace of Diamond.
It is okay.
I'm about to start.
We bonded over Ace of Diamond in one of these girls off stream, so I fuck with this nigga.
I'll just say this: like for me, it's come to the point. Like when it comes to anime manga, I don't come into any story expecting pretty much like generally well-written female characters that I don't really expect to see like good representation. Like
I think that's the point like Kyle was trying to make too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but I don't go to anime manga for that. I'll go and read my European comic. I'll be your European comic stories.
No, yeah,
I'll go elsewhere. I'm not getting great black characters from Japan. I'm just not getting that. So I'm gonna go read a comic book.
You're not ever gonna get that.
Are you tweaking on Killer B?
So
you tweaking on what?
Killer B.
Fuck out of here!
Right,
We're not going to consider a character who goes around rapping as good representation. We're not doing it. We're not doing that in 2020. We're not doing that in 2020. I promise.
How many niggas you know that rap?
And Japan, like they have like one archetype for like
rap.
Like 30
niggas that rap.
I know
30 niggas that rap. That's perfectly accurate. Perfectly accurate.
We're not doing it.
Bro,
we're not doing it.
You're playing that nigga. Oh, that's funny, bro.
Killer B is a perfect representation.
Exactly, bro. That's
I'm not saying it's a bad representation. It's a fun representation. But I'm not saying that's gonna be the tier for it. We're not gonna use that as the status.
I definitely looked like Kishimoto sideways when that nigga started rapping, bro.
I was pissed.
I was like, bro,
like, really?
I only let it go because I hate Sasuke. He mixed him.
No,
bro. He watched Sasuke.
Put that nigga in the blender.
He mixed him. And I hate Sasuke, so that was the reason why I forgave it. I let it go.
Why you forgave him as a character?
I let it go.
Bro, that nigga had no neck.
Oh shit,
I let it go.
That's fucking.
Them raps sad, G. I can't let that shit go.
Good take, Kai. Good take. Steve-O, bring us home.
Yeah, what's up? My take is especially hot, mainly because I don't have the facilities to make such a bold claim.
Okay.
Because I only read like 15 manga in my life.
Okay.
But here it is.
Representing for the casual fans, I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Same.
That nigga Barry from Zatch Bell.
Uh-huh.
He the greatest rival in manga history.
Yeah, even more than Buddy Ass from Pokemon.
Yeah.
If you talking about Gary, you trash, bro.
Hey, Gary is fucking good.
Yeah, Gary kind of low.
Honestly, Steve, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that because I'm cycling through my archives and I'm not even mad at that. I don't agree.
I haven't seen
Yo, that means a lot coming from the manga god. That means a lot.
I don't read manga. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, I haven't seen Zatch Bell.
You're supposed to bolster my opinion.
12. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen Zatch Bell since like 12 years ago.
Yeah. It's been way too long. I tried to revisit it and
Hey, let's dance all day,
boing, 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 boing.
Do y'all know that song was actually about titties?
Yes!
Oh, bye.
Yo, the streets don't know about Paco Fulgore, dog. What the streets know about Paco Fulgore, dog?
They don't know about Very Melon. Catch my heart, baby.
Yo,
that shit fire, bro.
That was my shit at like 11 years old. So.
But to throw up my thing, my favorite anime with like a great female cast is probably is Dirty Pair and Bubblegum Crisis. Those are my two.
Oh my god, you're such a king. Like, dude, I miss Bubblegum Crisis, bro.
I watch that shit like twice a year.
I made a tweet about it the other day. Like, well, not necessarily about like Dirty Pair and Bubblegum Crisis, but it's like you guys watch anime on Crunchyroll. I watched it on Laserdisc. Like, we're not the same. Like, I have different standards for what was out at that time. It's not gatekeeping. I'm saying you can watch it. But like you guys are kind of like, ooh, like, oh, they beat him up really good. Like, that's a good anime. Like, ooh, okay, like.
All right, wait. Actually,
hey, don't say you guys. I ain't part of that.
Well, I was finna say.
I was about to say
the community in general. I'm sorry, the community in general.
Pickle. I did skip you, so it is on you.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I would have like necessarily like a hot take, like I said, but I guess something that I recently kind of got into or started watching was Fire Force, and I think people just hated on it just to say they hated it.
Really?
It's the same as Fairy Tail.
Because it's the same as Fairy Tail. Because let me put it this way. What I appreciate about Fire Force that I'm kind of sick of in other animes is that Fire Force completely eliminates the plot device of miscommunication or I'm the main character. The evil person told me a secret and I'm keeping it to myself, which is going to put somebody else at harm. Like Shinra is completely 100% honest and open with his team, the people who say they're behind him. So it eliminates completely this miscommunication plot. It completely gets rid of this, oh, I'm hiding a secret that they don't know plot. People are like, oh, it has fan service. Like, okay, but you'll watch Shogeki no Soma? Like, you guys will watch Fairy Tail? You guys like, I'm not saying hang on. I'm not saying Fire Force is like the greatest story of all time, but for what it is just this new gen, like
you gotta understand.
Like anime shonen.
And there's low hanging fruit.
Hey, so sometimes niggas jump onto the right bandwagon.
I was about to say though, like Fire Force.
I'm in agreement.
Enjoyable.
I'm in agreement with you because I like Fire Force a lot, right? I'm not here going like, yo, it's the great. Like I just enjoy it for what it is. But,
I like that.
But
Okubo
is an incredibly talented visual storyteller, which I value. From way back from Soul Eater, how he would portray the madness. You don't have to say no text required. Tagashi's how you do it. You just show me.
Right, just let me watch it for what it is. Let me see this.
I can get all that emotion from
just throw it straight at Tagashi.
Right? Of course, I hate that movie. But like Fire Force, the two things I like other than that is like I was surprised he was able to come up with all of these fire, heat, smoke related abilities that are like interesting. Like, you know, I'm like, how does he keep?
It's interesting and limited. Like that's the thing. It's an art to it. They can only do so much, and yet I'm still enjoying watching it every time it happens. I still enjoy it every time a new character's like brought into the story who has something different to bring to the table. He's literally dealing with this enclosed box, and every time a character comes out, it's like, dang, like I didn't even think of that, or oh, that's so interesting. Like, let me keep watching and see what else they can do. Like, let me see.
I didn't even know you could do that much stuff with fire.
Right? Like, it's just like, and that's why, like, people, and I guess it's your point again, Nia. Like, it's like the low hanging fruit. People latched on to like Black Clover and latched on to like Demon Slayer, but it's like Fire Force, in my opinion. Even if you were to say like, oh, like the story, the plot line is plain, but like, or it's cliche or whatever. It's like for what you're watching, it is enjoyable. The characters are likable. Like even the side characters I'm attached to. Like
I love Arthur.
Arthur is so funny.
I disagree fully with all you.
Arthur is so.
Yeah, I disagree with all that.
Wait. You disagree that Okubo's a good visual storyteller?
No, not that. I don't even know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
the author of the series. Sensei, come on,
don't do that.
Get him, Naya. Get him.
What else did he make?
Soul Eater, nigga.
Oh, I fucked with Soul
Well, you know
Eater.
what's funny too? I didn't like Soul Eater as much. I didn't like Soul Eater as much.
Really? I think Soul Eater is better, but I still like Fire Force.
I fell off Soul Eater. It just wasn't. I guess maybe this. I guess the stylistic choices of like the story or like the world itself, I guess just wasn't for me. But I do thoroughly enjoy Fire Force, and I think for people to write it off the way that they do is unfair. And I do judge them for that. Damn. If you are automatically just going to be like, oh, Fire Force is trash.
Remember, what's automatically? What if I watched the whole season and determined it was trash?
No, that's different. If you completely watch through something or give it the fair chance, then if you don't like it, then it's just not for you. It's not just for you, and that's fair. Everybody has their own opinion. But for you to be like, well, now that differs from anime to anime, because I feel like if you were to take something like a sports anime or slice of life, you might need to push a little bit more into it to grasp the characters as a whole. Whereas with like shonen, I'd probably say maybe like it depends on the writer too. It depends on everything. It's so different. There's no static answers for anime. Like there's no set.
When they went
This
to
is the
that
amount of
blacksmith
time.
nigga and Fire Force, that was when I dropped it. I don't remember what episode that was. I think it was like 17 or something.
Yeah, bro, you were like late in the game.
And I'm like,
all right. Well, you know what? That's just not for you. You watched like 17 episodes. It's just not for you, and I'm not gonna judge you for that.
But
That's just
one
your
fire
personal
captain,
preference.
He was cool. Like they almost had me with that.
Benimaru?
Yeah, but then they left that
bro.
Benny carried that series until show.
Bro, exactly, bro.
For some reason,
I mean,
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that. Benny teased, but I wouldn't say all that.
I'm not here throwing on a cape for Fire Force. I just like it.
It sounds like you caping, B. I can kind of hear
it.
Does
it?
He's not caping. He's just being straight about it. He's being honest about it.
I can hear the cape blowing in the wind.
No, it's not. It's not a cape.
Well, that's because I'm a superhero.
Honest.
That's different.
No, nigga, you caping.
I'm a superhero. That's different.
I didn't even know fire worked like that. Caping.
Sensei, shut your mouth.
Fire birds? I didn't know that.
I'm fucking with you. Any other takes, niggas, before niggas dip? I know JD, you had bounce, but we finna play Monopoly and shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm about to stream right after this. So
yeah, I know. But any other takes, niggas, before I end this stream? Any shit niggas want to get off their chest?
Sensei has constantly bad takes, and you should take them with a grain of salt.
That's cap.
What happened?
No, that's fact. That's fact.
That's cap.
What she said?
She said I, Sensei, have consistently bad takes, and I should be taken with a grain of salt.
That's true. I would disagree with that. I agree with Sensei quite often. I got you, B.
Thank you, B.
I'll add to that Hunter Hunter's the GOAT, and happy birthday, Tagashi. All right, niggas, good stream. We're gonna get up out of here.
Can never let you end with Togashi positivity. Fuck Togashi.
Wow, Naya.
Don got them booty short.
Monkey Doodle is the best.
Stop it.
I just like making fun of Togashi. I don't even hate it that much. But who's gonna stop me?
But who gonna stop me? All right, niggas. I appreciate everybody for pulling up the gloves off, man. This has been a great stream. We talked about a whole bunch of fun ass shit. Had some great conversations, although I am drunk.
Yeah, facts. I'm like slurring over here. Like I don't even know how to say characterization anymore. Like
exactly, bro. So
I'm surprised y'all even listen to me that much.
That was why it was so funny when Steve-O was like, "Y'all said a lot of big words." I'm like, yeah, like characterization, tweaking like a motherfucker. I appreciate everybody for pulling up, man. Thank you, Vash. Thank you, Pickle. Thank you, Take God. Thank you, Naya. Thank you, JD, Lito, Kai, Steve-O. I appreciate all of y'all for pulling up. And the niggas.
Thanks for having us.
Leak, Mike, and other niggas.
I was gonna say thank Mike for coming in and taking that smoke for you.
Yeah, he did just take a hell of a.
I think he left mad.
He did, low key. I need to hit his line. I'm gonna have to call him afterwards and make sure he don't hate me like other niggas.
All right, bro.
No, but
chill before niggas getting their feelings.
Man, fuck them niggas. But
Retard God.
Yeah, man. Watch anime, read anime. I mean manga.
Read anime, okay. Bad take. Let's move on.
How is that a take? How is that a take? You see what I'm saying? This is why I need to motherfucker. She should be talking shit. I fuck with y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, like the stream, bro. Fuck with me, share the vid. All the niggas, they socials and shit gonna be in the description below. So look at the description. You trying to fuck with these niggas a little bit more. Other than that, Sensei lay glove out.
Take care.
Peace.
All right, y'all have a good rest of your night.